DP.
Dan Patrick.
Welcome to the Dan Patrick Show.
We are the most unathletically decorated show in radio history, I think.
America's most revered sports talk show.
Respect the position that you have.
But today, Dan Patrick and the four Danettes are not here. So sitting in for Dan Patrick and hosting the Dan Patrick Show, here's Steve Covino and Rich Davis.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome to the Showgram program. People are like, oh, no, these clowns again. Yeah, we're here. We're here to have fun. And for Rich and I, it's a Tuesday that feels like a Monday because we had an extended holiday weekend. So hope you had a nice one. Happy belated 4th and holidays. And hope you had a, I guess, Belgium sort of weekend.
A Belgium type of weekend. That's exactly what I've been thinking about, yeah.
Right? So I guess it's not USA all day. It's just USA. I don't know, man. So we have lots of, believe it or not, soccer to get to. We have questions, though, and we're going to somehow include aliens into this conversation. Big Papi stopping by, Rich. He's got some baseball trivia and prizes.
I'm trying to think of what else I want to get to today. Oh, one of our favorites turns 80 today.
Who?
Yesterday, Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, man, I got to run and get him a card. So, sports, entertainment, life, we bring it all. The worldwide leaders of nonsense. Covino and Rich normally on Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 on the West, 5 to 7 on the East. But let's enjoy our Tuesday. Let's get into it. Let's have some tacos later on. And let's get the phones going at 877-99 on Fox, the most interactive show on radio. So I hate to say this before we get into all the fun stuff and Travis and Taylor's wedding and birthday celebrations and games.
No, I'm going to put you on a 30-second clock for that topic.
Hey, believe me, I don't want to get to it.
It's the biggest story, Danny. What else is going on?
It's not the biggest story. Get out of here.
It really is the weakest story. I'm with Danny. But there's an angle
Hold on. You tell me a bigger story in the world right now other than the Taylor-Travis wedding over that long weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to quote my wife, Brenda. Who gives a rat's bleep?
A bigger story? There's got to be one. That's a question in itself. Please,
aliens.
Yeah, please help
I was gonna
me
say,
out.
give me a bigger story.
Aliens living on a planet closer to Earth than first ever imagined.
In my personal life, I'd say there's bigger stories that I care about a hell of a lot more, like teenagers. Am I right? You think I give a diddly squat about this wedding when I have a teenage pain-in-the-ass daughter that keeps me out late at night? Oh, my God. But, Rich makes this decent point. I can't think of stories that are grabbing the headlines. Like, as far as importance, yeah, I don't care at all.
Well, hold
I wish them the best.
Is anything we talk about really important?
No, but I'd say the World Cup itself is a bigger story, and that's where we're going to start. So we'll get to all that and more. But, I wrote this down. I don't necessarily mean it. I say it respectfully, but I wrote down USA stinks. And the question here is, in regards to the Balogun red card that we talked about, hey, Sam, what's up? Iowa Sam is here.
Hello.
He had lots of thoughts on the red card. Danny G's our super producer on the phones.
Yeah.
When Trump got it overturned, he went to FIFA. I thought this was like a fake AI story. I was like, that's not really what happened, right?
Come on.
No, I really believe that. I'm like, there's no way, like, Trump's getting involved in this. And he pulled the Trump card, and they reversed the red card. Balogun got to play. U.S. still falls short 4-1 over Belgium. Now, did Trump ruin the vibe is the question. Question number one. Do they stink? Are we headed in the right direction? We've been saying that, Rich, for how many years now? How many years are we saying, oh, but, man, we're heading in the right direction with soccer. Oh, we're getting there. It's a growing sport. Man, it's really catching on. And the excitement was there for sure. We've been great hosts. We've had a lot of fun. It's been electric boogie, oogie, oogie. But are we really getting there as a nation when it comes to the players and the team? I'm not a savant in that way to be able to have that foresight. I just saw what I saw yesterday, and I saw Pulisic playing sort of like a dud. He got hurt, but he turned the ball over 11 times in 45 minutes. Wasn't able to do much. Star power seems to lack when it comes to the U.S. That's what I'm seeing there. Seems like bigger stars are in other places.
I just felt like we, like March Madness, because it's very similar, because we're talking about brackets, right? I feel like we just that Cinderella team that finally is like, all right, you're not really that good. You don't belong. Like, the U.S. doesn't belong in the top 8 teams in the country. I think they've figured out to land in that, essentially, the Sweet 16, and that's where they belong. And they're not better than that.
Yeah, it's
that
fun to root for them. Absolutely fun to root for them. But it was, it was a boring snorefest when, we expected so much more. People on this channel were even saying, Belgium's scared of the U.S. And I wanted to believe that hype until I saw them go out there and fizzle.
But Rich, 2 of those goals came off of mistakes. And so when you look at that, the U.S. should have been in that game.
Yeah, but like when you think of the Mexico-England game the night before, there was still fight, right? There was still fight. And there were some quick goals
like they
that
would
England
die
got.
for their country.
I don't feel that same passion from our fans and from the team. And I say that, again, respectfully. I hope that'll change. I
felt like there was no fight in that team. There was one shot on goal. They could not. I don't know if you use the same phrases as football, but they couldn't penetrate the defense. Like, there was towards the end of the second half. At one point, there was one shot on goal. One shot on goal?
Yeah, you can't win that way. So our first observation is an obvious observation. It's pretty obvious, but I don't want to put Rich on the spot. I'm quoting Rich. USA stinks.
Well, let me say it. Let me say it if you're going to quote me. Go ahead.
I didn't know if you wanted ownership of it.
No, I was going to say I think the red card reversal ruined everything. It ruined everything. And it's not a Trump thing. I'm not a Trump hater or lover. It has nothing to do with the president. I do love all the memes of when it was holding up the Uno card instead of the red card, like reverse. Like, I loved all the funny of it. But I think we went from, man, they really did us dirty. We got to beat Belgium, too. Oh, we got what we wanted. I don't know. There was like a sense of, like, I feel like that motivated Belgium, where we went from, they're really screwing us. Let's get them. Come on.
They tried to appeal that, and that was denied. And, it didn't work in our advantage at all. So Rich's first point to think about is, did that ruin the vibe of the game?
You're always going to want your team at the best capacity. So, of course, you're going to want Belonga in there, and you're going to want the red card reversed. But I'm just saying, like, storyline-wise, we went from, we got done dirty. That was not a red card. Get out of here. This stinks. Come on, we got to rally and win anyway, to, they got it reversed.
Storyline-wise,
I'm taking ownership of this.
I went from a big Joey Chestnut celebration over the weekend, very proud to be an American, to like, oh, man.
Yeah.
That was impressive in 100-degree heat.
By the way, that's part of it, though, right? We're so conditioned to think we are so Betty good and everybody else is so Betty bad. We're so conditioned to want to be the best and expect to be the best at everything. And when we're not, it's like we don't know how to handle it. It's like, wah, wah, and we don't know how to feel or react, and that's what we're left with today. Like, when you see Joey Chestnut win, that's America, we're the best. And then we're faced with Belgium whooping our ass the next day. It's like, I don't know, it leaves you feeling some type of way. So 877-99 on Fox. Did Trump ruin the vibe? Does USA stink? And then I have a bunch of other
you
questions.
misguided. I don't think it has anything to do with Trump. I think the whole red card storyline, I think that just, I don't know.
But he was part of that storyline. I'm not saying it's his fault. By any means.
It took the chip off of our shoulder in a way.
Yeah, we had a chip on our shoulder, and Trump going in to be hero, which, hey, who could blame him? Love him or hate him? Who could blame him for trying to get that reversed? He pulled some strings. I got it done. I can't, I just think Danny said it best. Danny, that's the best way to phrase it. We had a chip on our shoulder, and that chip on our shoulder turned into, like, all right, natty poo-poo. We got what we wanted. Like, now we're at full capacity, and we got our ass whooped, dude. There was no point in that game where you felt you were in it. It's like a fight. You're a big fight fan. From like round one, you're like, oh, the fighter I'm rooting for has no chance. The nail in the coffin for us was when our goalie like kicked the dirt instead of the ball, and you're like, oh,
that was bad, dude.
Because even the goal we got was off a defender head.
No, that was a bad look all around. Where, again, you don't have to be the biggest soccer fan in the world to look at that and understand, like, oh, that's not how it's supposed to go.
It's like if your football team's been held to like 7 to 10 points all game and you're down by 14, you're thinking like, they've held us to like They've held us to nothing all game. You think we're going to score 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter? That's how I felt. When we were down by 2 goals, I'm like, 2 goals? But there's no chance on earth this team is scoring 2 goals. If you're down by 1, anything could happen. You're like, come on, let's go. But that was that was it. So
well, look, I think having a decent team and making it this far is a moral victory, but moral victories don't really hold a lot of weight, in big competitions like this.
Bro.
And I think a lot of the fun that we were having anyway was the stories of all the visitors coming here and how they perceive America.
It was a fun run, man. Now on to something else.
No. See, that's my point. So
no, it's over, dude.
But okay. Ready?
Yeah, when the U.S. lost, I was like, Rich is out. He's not watching the World
Okay,
Cup.
Done, bro. I'm out. I'm out E2000.
This is a 3-prong doozy for the most part.
Okay.
Does USA stink? And we're just big dreaming. Was the vibe ruined when we lost our chip when Trump got involved? And are you now done watching? And if that's it, I have to ask you this. Why? You were a big USA fan to the point where that was the reason?
Yeah,
I don't believe that was the reason for a lot of people.
I even have a shirt that says USA all day. In fact, I've been watching. Thank you, Sam.
We need to hear it. We need to hear it.
What are you? Who are you? The Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov? I'm Hacksaw Jim Duggan, bro. USA, ho!
Well, you were definitely humbled for sure,
Can I
Iron
tell you,
Sheik style. But
I've been watching the American Experiment on Netflix. So I'm very in an American mood right now. But I'm done. I'm done in the sense of, hey, listen.
why? You're acting like you cared about the team. You didn't give a diddly squat about the team.
No, but I'm saying if you or Danny hit me up and say, hey, you may want to turn this on. It's like, they're in the 80th minute. It's 1-1. I'll turn it on, but I'm not locked in, super focused.
Why?
Like,
did you ever think that they really were going to win it all anyway? We were just going for the ride. We were happy that they were decent.
Yeah.
We're riding this wave. We're enjoying the fact that the big stars were stepping up. We're enjoying the fact that there have been great games. Like great games if you had no affiliation or alliance at all. Like great competitive games.
Dude, within 24 hours, Mexico is out, and I have a lot of friends, including you, that are Team Mexico fans. Ronaldo's out and Team USA's out. I feel like this was again, I'll compare it to March Madness. This is like the Sweet 16 where my college lost and the team I picked to win it all lost. And I'm like, it's it was a fun run. Hey, the foreigners like their ranch dressing. It was cool to see some like Scottish people take over Boston or Norwegians take over Citi Field.
So tell me this, Richard, is "Take Me Home, Country Road" no longer like a cool song in your mind? Because you defended it. You defended it so hard, bro. Like it was the greatest song that ever was. Maybe if they had a cooler song, they would have been more motivated. I know it's a beautiful song, just not for that moment. Was my
don't get this started.
Take on that. Okay, so prong 3 of this Team USA loses doozy is, are you done watching now? Because Rich is saying he's not watching anymore. Like, to me, that just proves everything I said about USA not being able to handle the fact that we're just not the best at something, so you don't know how to react, so you're taking your soccer ball and going home. Like, to me, that's absurd. There's still lots of great competition out there. There's going to be lots of great games. There's a big star I want to talk about later. I think might be the biggest star in the World Cup this season, and his name is not Messi. So that's prong 3. Are you done watching? Were you that diehard of a USA fan?
Well, I'm not done watching, meaning, like I said, if you hit me up like, hey, bro, it's a tie game and there's 10 minutes left.
Okay, so what takes that space? I think we're going to have the World Cup blues when all this is said and done. This is the greatest thing we've had as a world, as a nation, but as a world, because it's bringing the world together, a monoculture, all tuned into the same thing, and you're quick to call it quits because the USA's not in it.
And what are you usually doing during the summer? Like, you're kind of in the lulls of the sports
That's what
season,
I'm saying. What's he choosing, Sam? The Mets?
We still
What's
got,
he choosing?
10, 12, 14 days of this left, and then when it's over later in July, we're going to be sad.
Americans.
And we're going to have withdrawal.
Americans, you listening? Is Covino and Rich in for Dan Patrick? I know Rich is not the only guy that feels this way, but when it's all said and done, there's going to be a void. Like, what were we doing before the World Cup?
And can I
So
point out one
embrace
other
it.
thing?
Don't turn your back.
Maybe you should embrace it a little bit, because you know when the next time you'll really care is? Mark your calendar, Iowa Sam.
All right.
2038. The next time there's going to be games here in the U.S., because part of the fun is that Covino's right. There has been some type of appointment watching. I've been going to friends' houses. I'm in Texas this week. We've been going to different friends' houses. Oh, you want to watch a game? Yeah, they're on at like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock. When the games are back on foreign times and it's like, oh, TV USA's on at 4 a.m., you're done watching. See you in 2038, pals. See you in 2038.
I think that's the wrong mentality to have. I think you continue watching. You root for these other nations. That's who you're striving to beat in the future. You got to know your competition, and you got to watch and say that's where we got to be in the next 4 years. And I think everyone's attitude stinks just as much as USA's performance yesterday.
Oh,
so
man,
going to the phones.
when that goalkeeper approached that ball, and you're like, oh no. Oh, is he gonna? And then you're like, all right, he's gonna get rid of. Yeah, he's gonna clear it, and then he kicks the ground instead of the ball.
Yeah, I almost had to turn away. Yeah, I was like, oh.
That was the moment where, like, I started crying ranch dressing because that's what apparently we're known for, our ranch dressing here in the U.S.
I felt like that was like a soccer butt fumble, right? I'm like looking around, no one else is even like in the room. I'm like, right, that was really bad, right?
Like, yeah, that was not good, right?
And then I go to X. Another U.S. player was kind of right next to him and sort of kicked it as well. So it only just went forward a few feet. And then that Belgian player, he was just like, oh, this is easy pickings. And
it
then
looked terrible, Sam. And, I go to social media for some sort of gauge of, wait, what just happened here? And everyone agreed, like, yeah, that was the weakest sight these guys have ever seen.
Isn't that just like nerves? I mean, like that's Belgium being in, like they know how to capitalize on that stuff.
But guess what? Now that team, our team, see, now I'm turning my back. Our team has to live with that for the next 4 years.
Cove, can I go back to a point you made about stars?
Please.
You see, like, each of these teams, like, Norway has Erling Haaland. Argentina has Messi. France has Mbappe. I don't think we had a guy that was like our
Pulisic's
Mbappe.
Supposed to be the guy.
I know, but Balogun, but he's a little bit newer to the scene for the U.S. team. But Pulisic was hurt, kind of just never. He just never got into a rhythm with the team.
The ankle was done.
I know people are disappointed. The calf injury. Then
his
he had
body
the other
language
injury.
was toast. And I
just
get
never
it.
got it going, and it was disappointing. And you need a guy like an Mbappe or a Messi or a Haaland, or a Harry Kane to lead you.
You ever wonder that if you got kicked in the shins, would you pretend like you were dying for 20 seconds and then be fine again?
I don't know. I'm not that good of an actor, Rich. That's why I do radio.
Every time I see someone down there, I'm like, oh, my God, they look like they're dying. And then, like, 30 seconds later, like, oh, I'm good. Is it like a quick, immediate pain, like that type of a kick to the shin or something?
With Danny G's thumbs up, here's the plan, Danny.
Yeah.
I want to pose the question one more time. Take like 2 phone calls, and then we'll come back, a little hydration break, and come back after that.
Oh, cool. Hydration break. Awesome. Yeah. See you again in 2038, hydration breaks.
All right. You know what we'll do, Rich? Let me pose the question, and then we'll get to the phone calls after our hydration.
I have one caller ready to go. The others I'm going to get to here.
Okay.
Yeah, the lines are exploded this morning. Jared, we'll start with Jared in South Dakota.
All right. Does USA stink? Was the vibe ruined when we got the red card overturned? Like, did it just ruin the vibe and the chip we had on our shoulder? And are you done watching like Rich Davis? That's the 3-prong doozy right now. What's up, Jared?
Okay, hey guys. I am a huge soccer fan. I watch, Italy, England, Spain. I watch all those leagues regularly. I'm just telling you, the red card had nothing to do with it. It may have given Belgium a little motivation there. You never want to give anybody bulletin board material like in the NFL. Well, this was kind of like that because they're like, okay, you're gonna do this to us.
Well, Jared, if you need proof of that, did you see after the 4th goal, Team Belgium all started doing the Trump dance? I thought that was, I'll be honest, that's trash talking to the fullest. I thought that was awesome for Belgium. Like, look at them. They score that 4th goal. They start doing
some
the Trump
snarky
dance.
tweet afterward, or like the Red Devils, whatever.
They were playing with that fire. We gave them ammo. They were playing with that adrenaline. They talked about the adrenaline boost that you get when you're in the game. Like when we started getting a shot or two on the goal, that adrenaline boost that the team needed. That's what Belgium played with. Maybe because of those outside factors, man. What was your follow-up, man?
Exactly. It may have gave him a little boost there, but in reality, there was players like Doku, De Bruyne, and Lukaku. They didn't even start for Belgium. And guess what? Every single one of those three guys is better than any player of the United States. Courtois in goal, Onana in midfield, Tielemans in midfield. All of those guys, every single person I've mentioned is better than any player from the United States.
That Lukaku guy looks like a beast. He looks like he could be is it me or did he just look bigger than everyone else as far as like that guy was beefed up, man?
Oh, for sure. He looked like a Bob Sapp out there or something. But you know what? It goes back to what Sam said, though. He's like, we don't have an Mbappe. We don't have a Messi. We don't have these superstars. It's because they're all from other countries. That's why. So it starts when they're young. And
maybe Balogun could be that guy eventually, but.
Yeah, but again, he wasn't from here. I'm saying it starts early. We need to develop these players. All the players you mentioned, we don't have them because they're in other places. They're just better, and we're playing behind.
You have a sweet CVS $10 jersey you could pack away for 4 years from now.
Yeah, I brought it in.
I do. You know what?
One last run,
Sam. I was gonna. I didn't know. I didn't know if we were gonna wear our $10 CVS jerseys, but we will do this. We're going to get to everybody's phone calls. There's lots of questions, lots of layers. We're still processing the disappointment, but there's still lots of fun to be had. I'm not sure why you wouldn't watch. We'll take the rest of your phone calls next. Covino and Rich in for the great Dan Patrick. Hey, we're Covino and Rich from Fox Sports Radio, and you watch the drivers.
You watch the cars.
But these are the people that make race day happen.
Veterans and military families you've never heard of.
This is Unsung Heroes. Take a look.
Around the track, there are military veterans who never stopped serving, only changed uniforms.
There are definitely similarities between the NASCAR industry and the military.
You have the ability to work as a team. That's a big part of what you learn while you're in the military.
I learned from the military, communication is how to convey the point and still get the mission done.
I learned that it's just adapting on the fly to the situations that are presented during the race.
At NASCAR, veterans help keep the race moving on the track. Across the country, they're answering another call to serve in local communities. Vet the Vote is a national campaign recruiting veterans and military family members to serve again as poll workers in their state and local elections.
It's kind of nice to continue to give back for a better America, for our kids and everybody around us.
Learn more and continue your service at vetthee.vote/NASCAR.
It's a boring song. I'm sorry. John Denver is not on my playlist. I'm watching the celebrations yesterday, and I know it's supposed to be, I have eyes and ears, and I have an ability to comprehend. I understand it's supposed to be a special moment, and it is, but it'd be so much cooler with a different song.
Get out
How
of here.
did we adopt Country Road as like the anthem of celebration for the USA?
It's a beautiful song.
I'm not saying it's not. It's a boring-ass song. We're a fun USA country that's inviting all nations to our land. We're having fun. It's the World Cup. It's a boring song. I'm sorry. John Denver is not on my playlist. I know he's a legend. I'm a music fan. People need to understand this. I'm just as much a music guy, probably more of a music guy, than I am a sports guy. I've always been a believer of you could be both. We grew up in a time where you had to, make a choice. Do you want to be on the football team or in band? I was like, why not both? I like both. I love music. I love sports. I am not saying anything bad about John Denver's legacy. I know how he passed away. I know Sunshine on My Shoulders. I know his songs. I know his impact. I know his importance. And I know that this is a beautiful song. I'm saying, why is this our song of celebration?
That John Denver was full of...
I was just thinking that from Dumb and Dumber.
I was thinking Dumb and Dumber, too.
They're in, Nebraska or something.
So it's not a disrespect. I feel like we're catering to a portion of America when you look at our team, we're a very diverse team, a very diverse country. As they say, we're the melting pot, and we're catering to, the country boys. I feel like I'm disconnected there, even though I do like the song. Not for that moment. Of course it's heartfelt. It's beautiful. I see the singing along. I get it. But why that when there's so many great, I would prefer Party in the USA over Take Me Home Country Road. And I don't like Miley Cyrus.
Sam, you got to play some John Denver. Let's get the vibe here. I don't know why you don't think a country – and it's a great, stadium. Everyone can sort of sing along because it's easy to sing, Covino. Country Road.
Is that why we chose it? Because
I think – what would be a better choice?
Bro, we've interviewed – I thought it was Larry from Three's Company when he stopped into the studio. I was like, Larry from Three's Company's here? We had Neil Diamond on our show, okay?
I'm a big fan.
And Rich is a huge fan. We had Neil Diamond on our show. True story. Why not? We're coming to America. Today. You got everybody coming to America to party, and we played his downer.
That's a good choice.
This is a downer song, bro.
Today.
Come on. Yeah, you saw Poach singing along, and I got teary-eyed.
Sam, you know what? This is a great driving song. You're just taking it in. You're on a nice country road. You're like, man, America's beautiful, isn't it? The sun's shining on your car. You got the air conditioning on. You're singing along with your family. It's a beautiful song. This is the World Cup, bro. I'm sorry. Nothing against John Denver. He's a wonderful man. But I think his best work was with Kermit the Frog, respectfully. And even then, Kermit the Frog played a better guitar. That's how I remember John Denver. I'm an 80s kid. He was always on the Muppets show.
Oh,
Am I the only guy?
Listen, I think – listen, what would be better songs? Yeah, maybe. I do love the Neil Diamond. We're coming to America.
How about Living in America, James Brown?
Yeah, it's also – I don't know. I don't know. Does it have to be America-based?
I know we're all experiencing a little heartache, a little heartbreak, but there's still lots to cheer about. Were we all tuning in because we really believed that Team USA was going to win it all?
No, but you were watching to hope they could maybe pull off some miracles, go further than we thought.
Most of the great games we were talking about and having all this fun about were not USA games, and all the other fun stuff was about the fun that visitors are having here in our country and how exciting the competition has been. So why does the fun have to end? That's my point here. I'm trying to put a positive twist on it, but it's a three-pronged doozy. A three-pronged doozy as we continue to process. I think we're jumping too ahead of the World Cup blues here. We're Covino and Rich in for Dan Patrick. Covino and Rich in for Dan Patrick. And it's always a pleasure, and we're live from Fox Sports Radio studios. Everyone's searching for ways to save on insurance, Rich, so switch to Liberty Mutual, and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 Liberty. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local independent agent. Now, the phones are lit. The most interactive show on radio. We're normally on Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 on the East, 2 to 4 on the West. Appreciate you guys. 877-99 on Fox is the number, and we're streaming live at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Number one, does USA stink? We just got to deal with it. That's how we feel. We're pouty. Mm-hmm. We don't know how to process. No. Number two, was the vibe ruined? We had something to play for. We had a chip on our shoulder. The red card was overturned. Did that ruin the vibe? That's not a political statement. We're saying, did it ruin the vibe of it?
The edge. Did
The
it take
edge.
away your
Yeah,
edge?
right?
You went from, man, we have a chip on our shoulder. We were done dirty. They're out to get us to Trump went in and corrected it, fixed it. And the memes were funny with the Uno cards and all the funny ones.
Trump in the VAR booth.
Yeah.
I saw that one. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
And
but
the one
like,
I'm not getting at all, because it feels the most pouty of all these questions and feelings that we're going through, is I'm not watching anymore. I quote Rich Davis, my pal in Texas right there. Hop along, Dickie. He's not watching anymore. Do you share in the sentiment, or are you just being a pouty sports baby?
all right, well, and can I give you a fourth prong?
Yeah.
Will these $10 CVS USA jerseys all fit us in 4 years?
Yes, that's the goal.
That should be your goal,
That's the
Sam.
goal.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask, are the $10 ones going to be discounted to $4?
Yeah,
today?
they're 50% off today.
Yeah,
you
grab
get them
one.
for $5 at CVS.
Grab one. But listen, I'm not saying I'm like protesting. I'm not watching. I'm just being honest and saying maybe that's a bit drastic, but my interest level has dropped. Like,
But how?
Team Mexico's out. I know you were pulling for them. Team USA's out.
Yeah, it was tough.
Ronaldo's out. Maybe Mbappe or Messi, if there was like a cool battle at some point, I'll throw it up. But I don't know. When your team's out of it, it's like NCAA tournament. When your college is out, with the NFL, when your team's out of the playoffs, you'll still watch, but with less enthusiasm.
Rich is treating this like a TV show where all the good characters have left.
Dude, they killed Carl.
Yeah. I wonder also how it's going to affect American TV and radio coverage, because we've been hearing so much of, especially from soccer fans, as you usually do, you're no experts. You're finally being exposed.
Yeah. Hey, let that be known. We never claimed to be the experts, but I'll tell you what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like you guys are the weenies. Sports weenies quitting on the World Cup.
Well, you better direct that at Rich.
Yeah, Rich and anyone that agrees.
They call me a sports weenie. There's an article on Awful Announcing. It says Fox's desperate plea to Americans to keep watching soccer reminds us that fear is like a mind killer.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
I'm going to read this article more. Danny G just sent it to me.
All right, so Rich will get on that, and I'm getting on the phones right now. Your thoughts at 877-99 on Fox. Those are our thoughts. Covino and Rich. Who do we got, Danny G?
All right, let's start in Los Angeles. Travis is in the house.
Hey, Travis, welcome to the show.
Hey, so I've also got, you mentioned Stallone had a birthday yesterday. Today it's Ringo's birthday, so you got to go for peace and love.
Peace and love.
Yeah,
peace and love.
I love peace and love. Absolutely.
Yo, peace and love. What's up, man?
I can't believe Rich saying you're waiting till 2038. 2030. Listen to the countries that are hosting in 2030. Spain. Who doesn't want to go to Spain?
Okay,
Portugal, cool. Same thing. And Morocco, and they're killing it in the World Cup.
Yeah. No,
By the way,
that'll be fun. That's the
a
100th
fun team to root
anniversary too, isn't it? The 100th. I think it's going to be the 1930 to 2030.
No, listen.
So that'll be a big one.
I'm sure we'll all get fired up every 4 years, much like the people that come out for the Olympics. I get it. I'm just saying that a lot of air was taken out of the sails when, listen, at least where I'm from, I'm in Texas now. I live in L.A. A lot of Team Mexico fans. Ronaldo's out. Team USA is out.
North America's out. Canada got eliminated. I mean, so
I just don't know. There's just a sense of like, all right, we're getting down to it, but some of the fan favorites are out.
Hold on. I would totally understand what you're saying if you cared about the team. You don't care about the team. That's what's
true.
funny to me. You can't be like, man, this is fun. I didn't expect all this because I really don't watch all that much soccer. And then the team's out and you're like, yeah, I don't care. You don't care about the USA soccer team since when?
What if I just became
and I'm using not you, Rich Davis, anyone that agrees or feels that way, the collective you.
What if I just became a big Belgium fan? Like, let's go.
Yeah, why you got to pick Belgium?
Yeah, is your grandma from Belgium?
I like their waffles. I don't know.
All right, who do we got next, Danny G?
Let's go to Fred in West Virginia.
Fred in West Virginia. What up? I'm sorry, West Virginia. Maybe if we had a cooler song, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Stop it. Mount Mama.
Yeah, how about some Don't Tread on Me? That would have got him fired up.
Yeah, the country roads are taking somebody home now, aren't they?
Yeah. What's up, Fred?
Hey, listen, Cove, man, I appreciate and I respect your game, man. Being the company guy, you guys are broadcasting the soccer, I get it. But Rich is right, bro. in call the names. That's cool, but the story is over.
Yeah.
What's the story? Did you think USA was taking it all? You guys are delusional then.
It's not that. It's the story of the hope, like the American dream. We can dream to win. The story's over. It's over.
Dude, it's over.
By the way, you know what's even funnier than that, though? The company guy thing, and I get it. It's like, you think there's like some sort of memo here that I'm like, Covino, like, hey, keep them tuned in.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how it works. But you know what?
Trust me, if they told us what to talk about, we'd have better topics.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, they would.
Wait, what?
They would have definitely put a stop to this already.
Let's
no,
go.
I get it, and I appreciate the call, but like, the hope is gone? Come on.
Let's go to
Well, with that said, you could continue watching coverage on No, I'm joking.
Let's go to your boy Trip in Vegas.
Hey, what's up,
Hi,
Trip?
Trip.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. A few things. We don't stink. We just smell a little bad.
It's a little bit.
The thing they're not talking about is Ronaldo should have missed 3 games. They suspended 2 of his. That's something no one's talking about from that red card. He got that dirty play he did, which was obvious in qualifying. And then the last thing is I think Iowa Sam should get a shirt for every major event and make that a new thing. Like, if for whatever's happening, just get a CVS shirt.
Hell
see
yeah.
how far he can go with that.
Yo, Trip, that's the best idea you've ever had. Every time there's an event, Sam needs to find the bootleg lame version of that shirt, and
By
that
the way,
becomes like sort of your gimmick, Sam.
When did CVS start putting out sports gear? I want to know that because I had a little bit of a cookout.
It's the seasonal aisle, baby.
They do, yeah. They
They've
do it
always
for
done
every
that?
big event. Yeah, Olympics.
I don't know. I think maybe it's popping harder than ever because my brother-in-law came to our 4th of July barbecue with one of those CVS hats on. I was like, pretty sweet hat, man. What'd you get? He's like, I got it at CVS. I'm like, what's the deal?
CVS sportswear.
Yeah, like, are they pushing this out? Like, people really buying into this?
Did you Fanatics, Dick Sporting Goods? Where'd you go? No, CVS.
CVS
Picked up
stands for,
I picked up deodorant and a World Cup hat.
CVS stands for currently very sporty.
I guess so. I didn't know.
Cove, I think we need to get Sam's going to get an MLB All-Star break shirt for
Yeah,
Philadelphia.
it's coming up in like a week,
but
right?
the Liberty Bell won't be cracked. It's just
Oh,
a
yeah,
bell.
yeah. It'll be like a bell
He'll
emoji.
get a sweet deal on it, too, at CVS. All right, 877-99 on Fox. Again, at Covino and Rich, Fox Sports Radio. Who else, Danny G?
Let's go to Indiana. Scott.
Indiana Scott.
Hey,
what's
up, Scotty?
Yes, sir.
What's up, Indiana Scott?
Yeah, we got you. You're on.
Hey, okay, thanks. Yeah, the first 2 minutes probably of that match, I could tell that the U.S. was just tight as tight could be.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, we're going to lose. And I'll
give you this. Listen,
Yeah.
when it was
He's
when they were down by
absolutely right,
2
though.
goals.
And he's not the only one
That's how I
saying
felt
that.
after about
Yeah.
8 minutes. Ugh.
We all felt that way.
Good sound effects.
It was very noticeable that USA was not in control of that game, and they were playing timid. And yeah, we all felt the same way watching that game, man. You're not alone for sure.
And listen, I know I was told by a guy that knows soccer that I was watching with. He's like, yeah, U.S. is more of like a fast break, movement team where Belgium's more. He compared it to basketball. He's like, they're more of a half court offense. And I'm like, yeah, well, we're not getting any movement. Again, we were towards the end of that game, and they showed shots on goal, and we had one. And the one goal we got was off of the opponent's head. It was just not America's night. It was not listen, we hit our limit, Covino. It's like every team, whether it's March Madness or the playoffs in any sport, your limits. And you're right. We didn't expect to go all the way, but I think the U.S. was hoping for their first time to win 2 knockout round games for the first time ever.
Hey, dude,
that would have been sweet.
Would have been cool, but I still think there's a lot of fun to be had. And I pose this question once more. What are you doing that is better than the World Cup right now?
And there's only a handful of games left.
Right. You're not going to see it through?
I was feasting on World Cup games, not even American games. I was feasting on World Cup games through the group stage and all the way to now. And there's only a handful of games left, so I'm going to be watching.
This? Argentina, Egypt, Switzerland, Colombia. You don't want to watch those games?
You know what, Cove? It's between now and Sunday the 19th is the final game, correct?
Yeah.
So it's pretty much 2 weeks. You got the baseball All-Star break next week, and you got that. So you have baseball All-Star festivities and soccer for the next 2 weeks, and then it's really the quote dog days of summer. So you have soccer and baseball All-Star. So that's your next 2 weeks.
Lean into this. The world is one for the first time in a long time.
Can I say that it's a good social watch because, like football, you get together with people. I'm more locked in, right? Because it's like every play is like like gaining yards. Soccer, practically 2 hours. You go hang with people. You could casually watch. It's been a good hang.
Oh,
meaning
it's still
like,
0-0.
Yeah, it's been a good hang as far as like, hey, you guys want to get together? You guys want to get together for the game? Like, it's a good hang. It's, I don't know, fun, but it's over now.
Danny G, who do we got?
Let's take one more for now. James in Virginia.
James in Virginia. Welcome to the show.
Hi, James.
Oh, thank you for taking my call, gentlemen. Happy Tuesday, man. Big
what's up,
time,
James?
All the time, every time. Salute the Commanders, guys. And
That's
salute
your
USA,
team, man. That you got it.
You know it, brother. You know it, man. I feel down, man, because like you guys have mentioned, man, it never seemed like the U.S. was in the game. Belgium came out with the sense of urgency. They pressed anytime they had their foot on the ball. The U.S. team, they had to get rid of it. It wasn't until that free kick by Tillman off the deflection for 60 seconds, it felt like the USA was back. My daughter, 3-year-old, chilling, USA.
Yeah.
And then 61 seconds later, it was just over. And
dude, talk about James.
After that.
James, talk about the weakest sauce of all. You're right. What was the weakest? You could say, the goalie kicking the dirt instead of the ball. We score. You don't even have the time enough to high-five everyone in the room you're with, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm sorry, wait, they scored again? 2-1. Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
Yeah, they answered back.
Yeah.
So, yes, we got the Blues, but it's still going to be fun. Want to take the rest of your phone calls next at 877-99 on Fox. And aside from the World Cup, there's a story that Rich claims. Trump's aliens, Trump's Trump. And
Trump's red cards.
It trumps red cards. He thinks it's Taylor and Travis's wedding.
There's a few stories, and don't act like you're
there's
so
layers.
cool.
Don't
act like you're so cool.
I swear to you, bro. I swear to you, I couldn't care less about it. You know, like how you see that people are talking about it, and you just scroll past it. I've scrolled past these stories like you don't even know. That's how little interest.
You know what I'm going to
The
tell
way
you?
you would scroll past like a royal family, like an actual royal family news article, is how I scroll past these stories.
I won't. Well, let me tell you, it has nothing to do with Travis or Taylor. It's a thought I had based off of their wedding.
Exactly.
So
no, for
keep
sure.
Keep your dirty chonies on, and we'll get to that next right here. Covino and Rich, Fox Sports Radio, in for the great Dan Patrick.
We all got our cookouts. We all got our bank snaps ready. We're all going to be watching Nathan's hot dog eating contest. It's just part of the tradition. It's part of the oohs and ahs of 4th of July weekend. And we don't bring you the schlubs. We bring you the goats here on Covino and Rich, especially when we're in for Dan Patrick. So let's welcome a friend of the show, 17-time champion, going for title 18, the great Joey Chestnut, everybody.
What's up, Joey?
Oh, I'm doing good. Good
Joey. What up, buddy?
Oh, feeling good.
I was going to say, going for title number 18. Now, I got to ask, your name now that This is not, the early days of Joey Chestnut. You're the GOAT. We jokingly say the 4 majors: football, baseball, basketball, and hot dog eating. And there's Joey Chestnut going for number 18. When have you used "I'm Joey Chestnut" to get out of something or to get in somewhere? Do you have any funny stories where someone's recognized you in a cool moment?
If you ever use the word, "Do you know who I am?" Don't use that line. Trust me.
Not even for a ticket or anything.
Long time ago.
If you're lying to us, if we see body cam footage of you, yeah, no, really, I would imagine maybe how about to throw a first pitch or something cool like that.
I mean, they invite me. I don't tell them who I am. It's but yeah, I've had some good. Oh my God, I've been super lucky. Invited to throw some awesome first pitches and backstage with rock bands, and I've been had a really good time.
Okay, so hold on. I got to be honest with you. I love you, Joey Chestnut. You walk into a restaurant, right? And I know you got people that maybe do this stuff for you sometimes, but they're packed and they're like, "We're sorry, sir. We have no, did you make a reservation?" You don't say, maybe a Joey Chestnut? Maybe my name?
No, you don't do that.
Oh,
the move is you go to the bar. And then you have a drink with the bartender, and the bartender then tells the restaurant manager who you are. You don't tell people who you are.
Yeah, Covino, that's you never say, "Do you know who I am?" I'm just saying, I feel like along the way, like you said, there's perks of being Joey Chestnut. Joey, is there any random athlete, celebrity, musician that you were shocked to find out is a big fan of what you do? Like, oh wow, that guy knows me.
No, I was at a film festival, and so this woman comes up to me, and she's like, I'm the press secretary for Mr. Crystal, and he would love to meet you. And they were talking about Billy Crystal, the legendary actor comedian, and I was really shocked that he even knew who I was. So that took me back.
That is pretty amazing, man. We're here with the great Joey Chestnut. Everybody's excited about watching him go for 18 this weekend. Now, we say you're the GOAT, you are the GOAT. And I'm wondering, besides perks and name drops, even though you say you can't do that, and I agree, when it comes to endorsements, what sort of endorsements come with a guy like Joey Chestnut? Like NBA, there's obviously a sneaker. But do people approach Joey Chestnut for a sneaker deal and stuff like that? Like, do you got your eyes on other things? Do you have a dream endorsement? How does that work in your world?
I haven't had the sneaker deal yet. You would think a sneaker company would be smart and really like, hey, the guy who can eat the most hot dogs is the more normal guy. And like, people don't want, not everybody's slam dunking a basketball. You need to wear the shoe that the guy can eat. And you should be able to function and eat. That's more important.
And you need some comfy shoes to walk.
Would be great.
You got to walk off all those hot dog calories afterward, right? I mean, there you go.
Get those steps in.
Joey, we've talked about how many hot dogs you eat, and the other day we tried to put in perspective. What's your record again? How many in 10 minutes?
76 dogs in 10 minutes of playtime.
76. We were wondering, like the average guy that has a pretty good appetite, that when he's with his buddies he could eat a lot. 10 minutes. Is 10 hot dogs in 10 minutes even preposterous, or is that realistic for like a regular guy with a good appetite?
It's doable for almost anybody. I think women can do it. It's not that like women should do less. I think anybody should be able to do 10 hot dogs in 10 minutes. It's not that hard.
There is a cure for the World Cup summertime blues. It's called seeing it through and tuning into Fox Sports Radio's Covino and Rich. We have fun every day.
Yeah.
I mean, we had fun before soccer. We'll have fun after soccer. In the meantime, embrace it.
Football.
Because I'll tell you what. When Super Bowl's over, when Christmas passes, you're like, all right, well, now what do we do?
It's February.
That's how we're going to feel when this is all over. So if you're upset because USA lost, man, when this is all done, you're going to be like, man, this is boring. Life is boring. I still say USA, USA. It's Covino and Rich in for Dan Patrick live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And remember, after the show, the podcast and our stream goes up. If you miss any of today's shows, or last week, we did the Dan Patrick hat-trick. We did 3 shows last week. They're all on the podcast, even the best of the week. Search Covino and Rich, Covino and Rich, where you get your podcast. Follow, rate, and review. 5 stars only. Thank you. And, of course, we're streaming live. You can interact with everybody and see what you hear at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube.
A couple quick thoughts. Number one, the goal should be for all of us to be able to fit snugly into our Team USA bootleg jerseys in 4 years from now
Mm-hmm.
and still be here at Fox Sports Radio. That should be another goal. Second goal. Goal. Actually, there's no second goal. We're Team USA. Only one goal. Sorry.
Okay, fine. You know what? Our second goal is to finish the rest of these phone calls out and then talk about the royal wedding, which makes me want to barf.
Dude, slow your freaking roll.
I wish everybody the best. I really do, but give me a break.
I wanted? I had one other quick point. Two other quick points. Number one, listen to our interview with Joey Chestnut. That's a side story. When he talked about gaining over 20 pounds during the hot dog eating contest, I'm watching him on the 4th of July, and I'm like, oh, my God, this dude's gaining 20 pounds right now.
I heard you had 67 hot dogs, Rich. Is that true?
No.
That's what I heard. I heard Rich had more than Chestnut.
And you know when a team drafts a player or a political party chooses someone they want to run for office and they misstep, it's like like you could feel the regret, right? Like, oh, they picked the wrong person. For Team USA or for any, Olympics, World Cup, it's something you have to stick with for 4 years. Like Pulisic and some of these guys that everyone thought were going to be the big stars weren't. So it's almost like you have to now wait just a little more time for your next shot, really, right?
Well, that's part of it, right?
Yeah.
We reversed the Balogun red card for what? He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
That was sort of anticlimactic as well. So one more phone call here. The three-pronged doozy was we got this feeling that we stink and we don't know how to handle it. USA stinks. But I still say stay positive. We're having a great time as hosts. Did the vibe change once the red card was reversed? And are you done watching like the pouty Rich Davis? We got one more phone call. Who is it, Danny?
Let's wrap this with Kenny in my birthplace, Ventura, California.
What up, Kenny?
What up, Kenny?
That's right, man. Hey, thank you guys for everything you guys do, bro. You guys are therapy for me, all the guys out here in the 805, man.
Thank you. I think we're processing together, man. I think, we're just sort of figuring out our feelings.
Yeah. Okay, so I got a few quick points. For one, it's hard to have interest in the race if you ain't got a horse in it. For two, if you look at all our best players, Malik Tillman, Anthony Robinson, Flo Balogun, our best players, the best players we got, we were not their first choice. They all have dual citizenship, and if they could, they would play for their other countries that they have the dual citizenship with, but they know they would be on the bench, so they chose us.
Yeah, that's definitely the storyline with Balogun. If he was good enough for England, he would be playing there.
Yeah.
So that's what we're left with. It starts early.
That hurts, man. That hurts to hear.
It does hurt to hear, but we got to raise these little kids.
Yeah, I was going to say, we got to train some of our athletic youths to be in the soccer game.
You know what it is? American football is just so enticing.
That is sad to think that we're like the backup plan. Like, the girl's banging us because she couldn't get the guy she wanted.
Whoa.
But when you see the youth of America, the youth of a nation, when you see the youth of America really playing soccer more than ever, like travel and club ball and all this stuff is bigger than ever, there will come a time where we do catch up a bit, I'd imagine, right? I mean, like the same way, Covino, we talk about all the travel baseball and pony ball and Little League and everything. Soccer is bigger than ever with kids, so maybe we're just on a lag of a timeline. Maybe in an Olympics or a World Cup in 4 to 8 years from now, maybe the U.S. is shockingly better than we think.
Well, during this run, Cove, even with bandwagoners like Rich Davis only watching until USA loses, there were so many little kids who had eyes on this.
Oh, yeah.
So you'd think that, some of them are going to respond by playing more soccer.
Well, before we move on, that's what makes this even more sad is we did have a chance, win or lose in this game. Even with the loss, we had a chance to fight. Mexico lost. They fought, right?
If
USA had some fight and didn't turn the ball over as many times as they did and showed some heart and made it close, I think the tone and the feeling would be a little different. Like, yo, man, we're really getting there. That was a battle. It was the style in which we lost. Like, it was a fizzle. It was a dud of a game. I think that's what leaves this bad taste in our mouth, even though overall I think we'll look back and say the World Cup 2026 brought us as a world and especially as a country a lot of excitement, and I'm here for it. Who's coming with me?
And
All right,
I
Rich.
think we want to see progress, Covino, and I think going to the final 8 instead of the 16 would have been a big step in the right direction, but now we're just sort of where we were last time.
Or at least with a fight. All right, so Rich wants to talk about this wedding, but not really about the wedding.
Okay, fair. A really interesting point I'll get to next right here. Covino and Rich in for the great Dan Patrick. It's a Taco Tuesday. Let's go. CNR on FSR.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there, and I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
The promising run of Team USA at the World Cup ended abruptly last night. They were smothered by Belgium 4-1 in the round of 16. The U.S. still without a World Cup quarterfinal appearance since 2002. The loss also means that all three host countries, Canada and Mexico, the others, have been eliminated. The Monday baseball action included an 8-7, 11-inning win for the Dodgers over the Rockies. LA superstar Shohei Ohtani, 3 hits, including a home run. He drove in 4 for manager Dave Roberts.
Tonight was the first time in a while that he really looked like Shohei. Took a cutter, which was actually a pretty good pitch, for the homer, and then lines the ball with the infield drawn in, and then gets another hit.
With the win, the Dodgers became the first team in the majors this season to 60 victories. NFL DB Terrion Arnold, released by the Lions last week after felony kidnapping and robbery charges, has cleared waivers and is a free agent. Football's closing in. The first NFL training camp opens in 10 days. I'm Matt McCoy.
DP.
Dan Patrick.
Welcome to the Dan Patrick Show.
We are the most unathletically decorated show in radio history, I think.
America's most revered sports talk show.
Respect the position that you have.
But today, Dan Patrick and the four Danettes are not here. So sitting in for Dan Patrick and hosting the Dan Patrick Show, here's Steve Covino and Rich Davis.
Yeah,
buddies.
CNR on FSR. Again, 2 to 4 on the West, 5 to 7 on the East, Monday through Friday. Everything at Covino and Rich. We have a Patreon where Rich is unleashed and uncensored. Ooh. We have a bonus podcast called Overpromised, which is also on our YouTube page at Covino and Rich FSR. We're on YouTube right now, streaming live. You can watch what you hear. YouTube.com/@Covino and Rich FSR. Live chats popping. Thank you guys for being here. We're still going to talk more World Cup because guess who's not down with the sickness besides David Draymond?
Was it team? Is it Norway?
Yeah, there's something going on. There's a developing story, and it's going to pose another question too. Who's the biggest star in the World Cup so far? I don't mean
stars
of all time. I mean in this World Cup. We'll get to that if and when we have time because we have Big Papi stopping by. Broke Big Papi with some trivia. Baseball, multiple choice baseball trivia. We do that on Tuesdays on our regular show. And we'll be giving away prizes, summer prize packs, and more. But right now, Rich, the second biggest story, bigger than aliens, and almost as big as the World Cup, the big wedding over the weekend.
Well, I mean, it's the biggest story. I mean, you could deny it. You could be uninterested, and I don't expect everyone to be interested.
Both could be true.
I think there's a funny story involving the Travis Taylor wedding. I really do. Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift got married. Whoopity-doo. And I can say whoopity-doo because the Sandman officiated.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Oh yes.
Do you think he nodded off? Think he nodded off during the long vows?
Can I tell you?
I bet you when they kissed each other, he was like, eh?
He not only officiated, he sang a song for them that he wrote. Like probably I want to grow old with you. Like something along those lines.
Sounds like a big celebrity stroke fest. Maybe I'm just bitter that I wasn't there. I don't know.
Possibly. I mean, what's up, Sandman? I know he's a big Dan Patrick guy. So what's up, Sandman?
Who are these guys?
Apparently, there was one story that I found funny. It wasn't that it was the – you know who caught the bouquet? Did you see this? It was the sister of Chiefs player Trey Smith who caught the bouquet. And then there's a whole story there, too. Like, when you're not really close to the family, it's like getting in the picture – when you're not really a part of the family. Like, should someone not close to Taylor Swift be catching a bouquet at her wedding?
Why are we still doing that lame-ass tradition anyway, is my thought. Is she really next to get married? I don't think so.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know, dude.
People don't do the whole, how do you do, around the thigh anymore for the most part. The what's it called?
The how do you do around the thigh? I'm going to let you work this one out. What is it?
The
garter belt?
Garter
yeah,
belt.
They don't do that. They don't really do it at all weddings anymore. Some
no,
traditions
since Travis is an athlete, it was the jockstrap removal.
Yeah, be creative.
No, I thought this was an interesting story, and I know it's more light than anything. And again, it's not about Taylor or Travis.
Well, can I say this?
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like the grumpy guy in the morning. That's not it.
You do.
No. I wish everybody the best. I think it's great for everybody. I love them as a couple. And, I'm happy for them. I mean, who doesn't love and seeing people happy? I think they found their match. It's a great story. But, I personally, I'm not into all the hype about, like, what happened at the wedding. I'm just not.
No, I listen, over the weekend, you couldn't avoid it on social media because so many of our colleagues and people we know in the sports and entertainment world were there. Like, you saw everyone
That's
from
fair,
George Kittle
but I think
to
what
Rich
I'm saying is
Eisen
kind
to,
of fair.
What's up?
I think that's great, but I think what I'm saying is fair. I don't think.
Of course. I mean, like, I'm scrolling. I see our buddy Kevin Burkhardt with a tuxedo on. He's going to the wedding. Like, the sports and entertainment world were out. 1,000 people were there, dude. It was a pretty big event. Adam Sandler's, officiating it. Celebrities are doing toasts.
Mike Vrabel was there.
Vrabel and his wife were there. Apparently, they made amends, which is nice, right? So, I mean, we're talking about a big event in the sports world. So don't act like I'm just talking about some gossipy wedding.
I'm not. I'm just giving you the flip side of not everyone's as tuned in as you think.
All right, well, then they mustn't have scrolled once on social media this weekend. The
I just
social media
scroll right
world
past
was it was red cards and Taylor and Travis.
No, I'm not denying or debating that. See how you get defensive? Like you weren't even invited, and you're defending it. I'm
But
just saying.
you're positioning it like I'm talking about something gossipy instead of just a conversation.
No,
I
I'm
don't
not.
care. You're so Covino's so cool. He doesn't care.
I don't.
I get it. You don't care.
I really. I mean, I think somebody has to be honest with that side of the story.
I don't
really
care.
don't.
I
don't care. I wish them the best. I really do.
Yeah,
and that I mean too.
Rich, in his defense, it's kind of like an awards show. Not all of us are into seeing celebrities pat each other on the back.
Not my thing.
I don't like award shows either, Danny. But we talk about football every day of our lives, and Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift has been the eye-rolling story.
I like the fact your topic is not about the wedding; it's about being snubbed.
Dude, I think we should have this conversation? Absolutely. I'm just telling you that I'm not.
But I'm just saying,
tuned into this.
We've joked positively and negatively about the Travis Taylor, she a distraction, NFL. This has been a 2-year story.
Yeah, and I had to put a swear jar on the counter, and you had to put money in it anytime you said either Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce's name.
But now, after 2 years, they get married, and a lot of our coworkers, colleagues, and players and rando people are at this big party at Madison Square Garden, and you're like, I don't care. All right, you're the greatest guys in the world. All right, so
that's really not my point, though.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to speak on behalf of a lot of guys that probably also scroll right past it. Just like it's very it is very like gossipy and tabloidy, and it's like for me, when you got the World Cup going on, all these other things going on, maybe your Mets stink so bad. This is like what you're tuned into. I'm not tuned into that.
Well, I think this is a way bigger story than the World Cup moving forward without Team USA in it. Ratings are going to plummet, I tell you. Ratings are going to be terrible moving forward. So I saw a clip of Will Compton hanging with Portnoy. I'm a fan of what Bussin' with the Boys do. Bussin' with the Boys, very popular podcast, right? Now, Will Compton is a pal of Travis Kelce's. And Portnoy gets wind that, Will Compton wasn't invited to the wedding. So my question and conversation for you has nothing to do with Taylor or Travis. It has to do with if you're not invited to an event of someone you think you're close with, is that just the indicator that, like, I may have thought we were boys, but, I guess we're just really not. And I say this is only an example because 1,000 people were invited to this event, meaning they made a list. You didn't make the list of 1,000. If you're a regular person and someone gets married and they invite 200, 300 people to their wedding and you're not invited, that means you're not in the top 300. Guess what? That probably means you're not as close as you think.
I think weddings are meant to bring people together, loving couples, congratulations, families get together, but also bring some people apart because you realize where you stand in life. I have a personal story where recently my girlfriend was invited to a wedding, but no plus one. And, it's like, well, I'm not going to go by myself. And I guess like that friendship's over because then you don't show up to that wedding and then people get hurt and their feelings are never the same. And weddings, they're sticky situations when it comes to invites. Well, we all need to put our big boy pants on.
Well, I look at it this way too. We've had this conversation. Like, let's say Covino and Rich do a live broadcast with Fox Sports Radio, and we have a client that's like, hey, you guys, we're going to send you to Atlanta. Now, if you're in Atlanta and you have like an old college buddy or one of your good pals move to Atlanta with his family, it goes with my theory of if you don't reach out for at least a cup of coffee or a cocktail, then you're really not friends. If your college roommate lives in the Bay Area and you're up in San Francisco, if you're up in San Francisco and you don't at least be like, hey, man, let's try to sneak in can you grab a coffee before work or after work? You want to grab a beer? If you don't do that, then you're really not friends because if you're not going to see him then you're never going to see him. So my point is if you're not invited to a 1,000-person wedding, You're really not their friend. If you're not invited to forget Taylor and
Or
Travis.
you just didn't make the top 1,000. Seriously. And that's a lot of people. I get it. But there has to be a cutoff somewhere.
Well, the funny part was the part that Portnoy and everyone joked about, and I agree this is funny. Dean Blandino, like the rules guy for Fox, was there.
Okay.
Like, so it almost
Maybe
seems
there's
like there
a
were
real
like
tight
ancillary,
relationship.
but it just seems like there were like ancillary broadcasters and some professional invites. So if you're not invited, you're like, really? Like, have you ever not been invited to an event where you're like, all right, I guess I didn't get the invite, huh?
I mean, it's a crappy feeling.
I'll
saw
give you
another
an
headline.
example.
I saw a headline that like every A-lister was invited except for Amy Schumer. Like for some reason, her name was randomly brought into it.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Like,
Yo,
all right,
Coach.
was she expecting an invite, or is she? I have no idea why that's even a story.
Again,
But Will Compton is the other story. Will Compton,
Yeah.
former tight end, busting with the boys, also not there. So it poses the question: if you don't make the wedding invite, or in this case, the top 1,000, is it safe to say the friendship's not what you thought it was?
Yeah, and listen, this is I love those dudes, busting with the boys, talented guys, very funny, and I know Portnoy was stirring the pot on this, but again, it's not even necessarily about Travis and Taylor. Think of your own life. If let's say 20 of what you thought were your best buds are in a fantasy football league together, and you're the one guy that doesn't get invited, you're just not as close as them as you thought. If you don't get invited to a wedding or an event, Covino, we worked with someone at Fox Sports Radio. Doesn't work here anymore. I didn't expect to be invited to their wedding, but it confirmed that, yeah, we're not friends.
There's a lot more to that, and you would know better than anyone. I mean, there's capacities at some point, right? And I know 1,000 people is a lot, but when you work or when they work with as many people as they do, and they're trying to cater to all different people, maybe they just couldn't get more people involved in that. I don't know. Like, it's always a sticky situation. Like, there was a lot of family drama one time because my ex threw a surprise party for me, but there was capacity at the bar. Like, there's a capacity.
They got married at Madison Square Garden.
I get that, but maybe still, like, they had to put a cutoff somewhere, right? Because it's not a free-for-all.
And also not a normal wedding, 1,000 people inside Madison Square Garden. You'd have to assume there were assistants and publicists running names past the power couple saying, how about this celeb? How about this person? How about this person? I don't think they sat down. They're like, let's do our 1,000 best friends.
Do you think if you're not invited, you're not a friend? And Rich's side question, too, to that is, if your buddy's in town and they don't make time to see you, is the friendship over? I don't subscribe to that. But no one wants to feel left out. That's a fact.
Well,
so
I'm telling you, I'm like super unneedy when it comes to friends. I'm not a needy type of friend that way, but I do believe that if I'm in a town, I owe it to that person in our friendship to maintain the friendship to reach out for at least a coffee or a drink. Like, we were just in San Diego, right?
Yes.
We did our show live at the Naval Base. What a great day with the military. Covino and Rich doing it for Fox Sports Radio.
If I didn't make time for my high school buds, it doesn't mean the friendship's over, because friendships and friends understand that, hey, maybe he got caught up.
But you made an effort to be like, hey, man, I'm in town. I'm going to do everything I can. And what do we do, Covino? After the broadcast, we had drinks and dinner with your buddies.
Yeah, it was nice. The effort was made, but if it didn't happen, it doesn't mean friendship over. So what are your thoughts on this? There's 1,000 people there. Yeah. Rich is saying there's ancillary, like, random broadcasters, but we don't know how close they are.
No, I don't know. Yeah. For all I know, Dean Blandino and Travis Kelce are best buds, but that was the joke that Dean Blandino was there.
Yeah, but I also think it proves that there's two sides to every relationship, and maybe a guy like Will Compton thinks that they're better friends than they actually are. I don't know that, right? I don't know.
Or the weirder thing would be, what if your significant other is like, yeah, I don't like that friend.
That's a strong possibility. That's absolutely part of it. So I mean, he's marrying
what if
her,
it was like,
you're marrying
what if it was
her.
like, what if it was like, yeah, I see him hanging at like UFC Trump events.
I don't know.
Don't invite him. Like,
I don't know that. So if this were your wedding and there's not 1,000 people, obviously, because you're not getting married at the Garden, does that mean friendship over? Sometimes, unfortunately, that is how it goes.
I think
doesn't
it's
mean
fair
it
to
should
say,
be that way.
Danny, can you agree that you're allowed to say, I didn't invite that person? Yeah, they're an acquaintance, but if you call someone your friend, they're invited to your wedding.
That's why this felt kind of strange, because it seems to me that more than half those people were just acquaintances.
The thing is,
so when what you thought was a friend, like if Danny, if you were to, if you were to get married today, that guest list would be different than it would be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years ago, because your day to day and who you associate yourself with changes. I always tell Covino that in any couple, if you remember who was at your wedding and if you got remarried again today, how different that wedding list would be. Because there's coworkers or ancillary people that you're like, nah, I
don't think
invited
Elvis
them.
would be at my second wedding.
No, that's true. But
just at my first one in Vegas.
Fun fact, Covino got married by Elvis in Vegas.
Yes.
No, not married by. You always say that. He was just there singing. Yeah.
Cove says who you marry might have changed, too, in 10 years.
Yeah, maybe. Probably.
Hey, by the way, Cove, is it better when you correct me and say Elvis was at your wedding? I think him marrying you is cooler than you just.
Yeah, but you
hired an Elvis impersonator.
I don't care what you think is cooler. It's just not the truth. So you're painting a fake picture. He didn't marry me, but he was there and he was in all the pictures.
I was saying, what you got, buddy?
I heard this from I don't know, some psychologist, in an interview, and it's always stuck with me that you can only really have like not even a close relationship, just relationships with about 200 people in your life.
Really?
And after that, it gets like fuzzy on what's your name and like what's your role in my life. So those 800 extra people, like they're just there for the scene. I really think that, obviously like Taylor and Travis have a large circle of friends. It well exceeds 200 people, but that's always stuck with me. Like, can you really have a close relationship with more than, 100 to 200 people? No. Probably not.
Sam, we had I'm a very, Covino will back me up on this for sure, annoyingly social guy. Like I like to chop it up with a lot of people. I have college buddies, high school friends, like coworkers that
You are the host with the most, Rich.
I try. I'm a good friendship maintainer. I'll pat myself on the back for that. My wife and I had like under 200 people at a wedding, and I was able to narrow it down. When you invite 1,000 people,
you're like, who are you, man?
List, dude.
Some guy's like ravaging your shrimp cocktail bar, and you're like, who's this guy?
Yeah, but they have people to accommodate probably in their circle of profession.
Do you have a rule?
In their life? They're not living your conventional life. I'm sorry.
I'll give you a rule.
You can't compare your beautiful wedding and your realities to what they are trying to do in their world.
Cove.
So they might not be close with all those people, but the people they invited, they might be fans of. They want there for whatever reason. Like, I doubt they're that close to Paul McCartney, but he was there, right, to perform. So you can't compare your invite and your capacity and your list to what they were trying to achieve there. And, if you didn't make that list, maybe you're just not as close as you thought you were, or maybe there was a capacity and you just didn't make the cut, and that's a tough reality, but it happens.
Let me ask you this: do you think some people have rules for not only weddings, even if you have a freaking Super Bowl party at your house? Like, what about the rule of like, if I've never met the person you're dating, or not the person you're dating, like if you go to your fiance, which is the lamest word, when you go to your fiance, and she's like, I'm going to invite so and so. I've heard people have a rule of like, if I've never met them, then no. Like, if we've been dating for years and we're getting married, wouldn't I have met this person along the way?
Yeah, and that's a I hate to say this, that's a reasonable, regular person rule. We're not talking about regular people here. We have a clip of Taylor Swift on Graham Norton's show talking about the guest list to her wedding.
So you're going big.
I just mean that I was going to invite you to it.
If you're inviting me, it's very big.
It's huge.
I think I can see Taylor. Well, I'm sure it'll be a fabulous day. Are you in the middle of planning it all now?
No, I just am doing the album thing now, which is a big thing.
Yes.
And then I think the wedding is what happens after that, in the scheme of the planning.
Okay.
But I'm so excited about it. I'm just like, I know it's going to be fun to plan, because I think the only stressful weddings are the ones where you have a small amount and people are on the bubble.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And you have to evaluate or assess your relationship with them.
Yeah.
To see if they should be there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. Anyone I've ever talked to.
Yeah, so she just said, yeah.
Yeah, truthfully, that's why when I did get married in Vegas. I didn't want to deal with all these hassles and people and feelings, and I just wanted to get it over with. I mean, it didn't work out, but that's part of the reason why I did what I did, because it seems like it's less about, I'm sure their close circle was there, so friendship matters, but it seems like it's more of a status thing after that. Like Graham Norton, you mean to tell me they're the best buds, or it's just a status thing? Oh. So, maybe the people that didn't make the cut either aren't as tight as they thought.
That's an extreme. But then again, so is Elvis being at your wedding.
I guess so. Yeah. 877-99 on Fox. We actually have a few people that want to talk about this. Rich is posing the question based on it's a huge story, I'm not denying that, but based on the big story of the wedding, our version of the, give me a break, royal wedding. If there's 1,000-person invite and you don't make the cut, are you really friends anymore? And you could, relate that however you want in your own life.
And then you start to see what was professional or not. Like I saw, like on the sports side of things, there were a lot of athletes and people from, like even broadcasters and analysts, like former coaches and players that were there, right? But do you notice that there were no like Seacrests of the world there? Like I don't think Taylor looks at those people as anything other than professional.
Yeah, people that interview her.
Yeah.
Or maybe I can make it. I don't know. I don't know the details. So, because I'm so cool.
You're the coolest guy.
Your thoughts, 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. And, of course, we still got Big Papi Trivia and prizes to give away. We got more Covino and Rich and your feedback next right here. In for Dan Patrick on Fox Sports Radio.
All right. Now, researchers discovered an exposed database containing roughly 2 billion records with usernames, email addresses, plain text passwords, and login URLs because the data was compiled from many past breaches and info stealer malware logs. Billions of online accounts could be at risk of takeover and other cyber crimes.
Cyber threats are
crimes.
everywhere. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for identity threats, which is way more than anyone could do on their own, and LifeLock alerts you right away if anything pops up.
If you do become a victim of identity theft, you get on your own restoration specialist who will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Your protection is backed by LifeLock's $1 million protection plan. If your money is stolen or you need coverage for personal expenses or lost wages due to identity theft, LifeLock has your back.
Join now and save up to 30% off your first year with promo code Patrick. Call 1-800-LifeLock or head to LifeLock.com and use promo code Patrick for 30% off. Terms apply. When it comes to LeBron James, what was the obvious was no longer, now becomes part of the conversation again. What do I mean by that? Now they're saying the buzz is out there about the New York Knicks. You're like, the New York Knicks? And there's stories to back this up, too. You're like, they don't need him, as my mom would say, Rich. They need him like I need a hole in the head. As of this morning, and again, I'm still processing this myself. I start seeing these clips everywhere of Rich Paul talking to our pal, Max Kellerman. Like Max Kellerman. I've loved Max Kellerman for years. Rich Paul says what we all thought, right, Danny G, that he would have been a Knick this year.
Yeah, would have, yeah.
Would have been a Knick this year. There's so much to think about, though. Would have been a Knick this year hadn't they won. He would have been a Knick this year hadn't they won. So what does that mean? Does that mean that, like, since they won, it seems like they don't need him, so he wants to go to a place where he could be the hero? Is that really just the truth of it all? Like, the hero, though. It's one thing to want to, leave on a high note and make a run for it. But it's like, no, I want to go for a place where I think I'm the piece that they need. I'm the answer here.
You don't want to go to a place after they win and then be the reason why they take a step back. You want to go to the place where they are this close. Like, I'll give you the analogy. If you're an NFL fan, I'm a Niners guy. What did Mike Evans say in the offseason? Why did Mike Evans sign with the Niners and have all that excitement? Because he deep down inside is like, I'm the piece. Brock Purdy just needs a wide receiver one like me to get him over the hump. You want to be the piece of the pie they're missing. You don't want to go there and be like, oh, they took a step back.
But the obvious is it's a double-edged sword, right? It's like a damned if you do and if you don't sort of situation, because if he were to go there and he won again, oh, man, chip chasing, padding the stats, just trying to be in that Jordan conversation even harder. Oh, man, he went with a already winning team, like Rich said. And if he did go and they didn't win, then it's all his fault, right? So that's not like, man, that's not a good look.
That Kevin Durant got, Covino, when he went to the Warriors fresh off a championship. But look what happened. He got to win his, right?
Exactly. So
Kevin Durant always fell short.
So then
Kevin Durant said, let me go to Golden State. And everyone said, oh, he's chasing chips.
Yeah, he's criticized for it.
But guess what? It worked, though.
It worked.
And now,
but there's no guarantee. Yeah, in retrospect, you're like, oh, yeah, but it worked. Right? It would be a major risk because if it didn't work, it's all LeBron's fault. Now, Rich Paul told Kellerman asked, have the Knicks checked in? And Rich Paul's like, yeah. So they're talking, okay? So they are communicating according to Rich Paul and according to this clip I saw. Unless this is all AI. Do I need to preface this? And then here's what drives me crazy, and I get it, because Rich Paul then says, you got to show Brunson some respect. He says it's the Brunson show. You got to respect that. Mm-hmm. We understand. And everybody listening understands. Like, this is Brunson's team, dude. But he says that Brunson needs to call LeBron. And I'm like, get out of my face. This is no disrespect to LeBron at all. We're fans. Let's make that clear. Mm-hmm. But I think if you're the guy and it's your show, LeBron needs to be calling Brunson. That's how I see it. But they're still, tossing this and dangling this carrot, Rich. And my favorite thought about all of this drama as the LeBron stuff unfurls and continues to be the saga of the summer right now, even though the World Cup is popping and everything else is going on, is that everybody has turned into, how everybody's a podcaster and everybody's an expert? Everybody now has put on their John Stossel mustache, and everyone thinks they are sports investigators. That's the truth.
And
you on the list?
Man, if you're not on the list for a 1,000-person wedding, probably not a friend. Just saying.
I'll tell you what, not being on the list, whether it be a concert, VIP list, or anything, is the weakest feeling ever. Are you sure I'm not on the list?
You just made the list!
It's Covino, Covino. Are you sure?
I don't see you here.
Yeah, maybe check under Fox Sports Radio?
No, not here.
How about
cross the rope? You never cross the rope.
Look, maybe it says in for Dan Patrick or something.
Wait a second. Are you the guy who interviewed Joey Chestnut last Friday?
Yeah. Does it say anything about that? Maybe if you
you're
look
not on the list.
No, maybe I'm on the No? Okay. It's always the weakest, especially when you're trying to impress somebody. Like, yeah, I'm on the list. And you're always not on. Or maybe that's just me, but I always have the feeling of you're supposed to be on it and you're really not on it, or they make it like, well, we don't see you. Nightmare. So it's about the wedding, but it's not. And we have more soccer and prizes to give away. We have games to talk about and play. And it's Covino and Rich in for Dan Patrick, live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Rich is in Texas. I want to hear about your weekend, too. And
I-
toilet
I-
paper
you know
is
what?
foul.
I have a sports story for you right after we tell you about brown cards, which, by the way, maybe if instead of reversing the red card, someone just got a brown card, it would have worked out better yesterday. Dry TP smears and leaves extra men on the field. Dude wipes are extra large, wet, and built to close out the game properly. Send the free 10-pack to a TP user in your life. Go to dudewipes.com/brown card.
I love that, dude. Dudewipes.com/brown card. Okay, so I'm Steve Covino. That is the dude with the Dickie Doodle Dandies, the 4th of July party star, Rich Davis.
Who made that little doodle of Rich? Like, was that AI? Because that looks so good. That little, like, cowboy doodle.
One of our listeners actually did.
That is fantastic.
Rich is in Texas with his cowboy hat on. He's still celebrating. Danny G's on the phones at 877-99 on Fox. And that's Iowa Sam playing Billy Idol, White Wedding. He's our sound technician. We're the show, 2 to 4 on the West, Monday through Friday. And we're talking about, well, not really talking about, Taylor and Travis's wedding. The question is, if you don't make the list, maybe you're just not that cool. Maybe you're not that close.
Yeah, it's less about Taylor and Travis, more about life in general. Party, event, when someone's visiting the town you live in. If someone doesn't reach out to you or invite you to the party, I don't know if you can really call them your friend. Then it's just like, yeah, I know that
That's
guy.
a high maintenance, honestly, like, I can't think of a better word, like, bitchy way to be, I think. You think if I have people, friends, that are visiting L.A., I expect them to all make time for me?
You're from Jersey, right?
Yeah, so what? First of all, I don't need to see them all the time. I feel like it's a burden because I got to be their tour guide. Second, like, if they have plans.
That's just you being a trash friend. Oh, I got to be a tour guide?
If they
you
have
cared
an
about a
agenda,
person.
they have to make time for me or we're not friends anymore. You're a high-maintenance friend. Like, you sound like a diva. Like, to assume that everyone's just going to make time because they're in town to see you, that's insane. That's insanity.
I'm not saying they need to make time. I'm just saying if they don't, I sort of look at it as like, well, are we really friends then?
Or people are busy. People
are
busy.
See your friends, if you don't see your friends when they're visiting your town,
why do you
got to
force it? Why do you got to force it?
Okay.
Rich, I have family who travel down from the Bay Area, and they see Mickey Mouse. That's who they see.
Yeah, and not to mention social
media. They don't have time for family in Southern California even.
Yeah, they're visiting Goofy over Danny G.
Yeah, it's one thing to be like visiting L.A. that's like millions of people, and then it's like, oh, you're in Richmond, Virginia? Come on down and see me.
Maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's like
oh, you're just 5 minutes away at the hotel.
If you're telling me if Iowa Sam goes back to Iowa, and there's people he opts not to see, they should be like, oh, I guess Iowa Sam doesn't care about me.
That's always, it's like, it's harder when you get older. Like, time just slips away from you so quickly.
Yeah, and
I really try to see the people that matter to me.
You're trying to use that time to spend it with the people you care about most, meaning your parents.
You
and
feel
stuff.
overworked and overwhelmed and stretched too thin when you're like trying to see everybody. You're like, I'm not even enjoying myself now.
I feel like Sam's parents and his sister would be priority. His buddy Hank from high school, if it's really his buddy, should understand that.
Oh, Hank.
And did Sam just say time keeps on slipping
somewhere into the future?
All right, so we'll go to the phones now. The wedding was this weekend. That was a surprise to me. I'm being serious because we've talked. I didn't know it was this weekend. It just sort of like came out of nowhere. Obviously, we've talked about it.
Came out of nowhere.
I didn't see. That's my point, dude. You think everyone's
came out of nowhere? They closed down Madison Square Garden, and it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I knew all those stories, but I didn't know it was this weekend. I think honestly, you think it's the grandest thing of all. I'm more consumed with my own personal life than their wedding. Seriously.
Okay.
I knew it was happening. I didn't know it was this weekend. So then I start seeing all these pictures. I'm like, oh, it's this weekend? I thought they were doing like a test run or something. And then the story comes out that there's 1,000 people invited. Adam Sandler officiated. And there's a lot of people that didn't get the invite. So if you don't get the invite, are you not friends? That's the question. Mm-hmm. And again, that pertains to your life. 877-99 on Fox. Who do we got, Danny G?
Let's go to New York, Madison.
What up, New York?
Hey, guys.
Madison, what's up?
Hey. I got a funny story about the Travis Taylor thing. I have a cousin that my wife and I were very close with, and she got married to a guy in 2022, and we did get the invite to the wedding. They decided to have it in Italy, and it wasn't in the cards for us to go, and they have never talked to us since.
So
that's another like sticky situation, and it's so unfortunate. You know how many weddings I had to like deny because I was broke? Like, yeah, I can't do your destination wedding. I appreciate the invite. That's great. And then what? People are going to hold that against me because I couldn't afford it at the time?
Yeah, to not talk to somebody.
That's craziness.
That's
Italy?
crazy.
Italy?
That's crazy.
That sounds wonderful, but who's got the time and money to do that necessarily?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, people put a lot of stock into this stuff, and I get it. It's a special day.
That's a different question. Not getting the invite versus not going to an event because you can't afford or something. Those are different conversations.
But it all ties together of how it sort of it reminds you of where you stand. It's not necessarily always accurate, but people are left feeling like weird about it when it's supposed to bring people together. Who else do we got, Danny G?
Lance in Nashville. He said he's got a quick comment on the wedding. He wanted to circle back to the World Cup.
Oh, perfect, because we're still going to talk about that.
What's up,
Lance?
Hey, we can talk about everything under the sun, but at the end of the day, like, Covino, you hit the nail on the head with the wedding. It is what it is. I didn't even know what was going on. World Cup inundated over here. At the end of the day, if I come home to Southern California, it's going to take me a month to see everybody. I'm more interested in, like, hitting up my restaurants and, like, all the spots that I used to go to. And if people want to get pissed, then it is what it is. But in regards to the World Cup, you guys said something earlier about, like, not being able to get over the hump. Like, dude, this is the most technical team we've ever had. If you watched the World Cup game 8 years ago, it's long ball, big guy, turn. We're graduating. We are elevating our team. And this team
dude, I was just saying that. I was saying that if we had won 2 knockout round games, it would have been a step. It would have been a big step forward, though.
100%. At the end of the day, these kids are young. They're all in their mid to low 20s, outside of Tim Ream. And dude, I'm a little disappointed in you, Rich, because at the end of the day, you're this social butterfly. Get out there and crush some baguettes with these Frenchies. Go drink a half a dozen pints with your British friends, bro. Like, come on, bro. We're the host nation. We're the biggest and best country in the world. We got to have some fun with these dudes, bro. It's all about the vibe, not about the results.
I love the attitude. That's all I was trying to get across. And honestly, he did a better job than me, man. That was exactly what I was trying to say.
I'm going to host with that guy from now on.
He brought the energy. I appreciate the phone call. 877-99 on Fox if you got thoughts on that. And you know, I did say it, but it did feel like it wasn't true in the moment. He said we're moving in the right direction, right? And that was the sentiment after the game. But after that deflated dud of a performance, it didn't feel like we were moving in the right direction. But in reality, we are. In reality, we are.
I think that, again, the moment where the goalkeeper kicked the ground, much like, remember when the Giants kicker Koo on a field goal attempt kicked the ground instead of the ball?
Yeah, that was
like,
the weakness.
Yeah,
that added insult to injury.
Hopefully you had a great 4th of July weekend. We were off yesterday, so I know a lot of people back to work yesterday and today. But I did want to – I know we're going to do Big Papi Trivia. We're going to circle back to a little World Cup. We'll talk some football, some aliens. But I did want to give a shout-out to something that I did this weekend.
Oh, I'd love to hear it. Rich is in Texas, so does it have to do with the river? I know you live the river.
No, I did float the river. That's always fun. Floating a river is always good. If you've never floated a river,
did you float the river, or did the river float you? I'm confused by that.
That's
Did you see the big girls that Chuck talks about on TV?
In the San Antonio area, there are some big women. No, I did notice though that people. It doesn't matter if you're hot or not. People don't wear anything anymore. Like it's not like I'm gonna wear a skimpy bathing suit because I'm hot. It's like I'm gonna wear a skimpy bathing suit because I can. So yeah, there's a lot of cheek showing. That's not my observation. My observation is way lamer than that. Anyone that has little kids playing sports, I experienced something over the weekend that this isn't talked about enough. And Covino, don't you dare tell me you're well in the loop on this, because you don't have any kids that played sports, and even though you have a nephew and stuff like that, you've never brought it up to me. At Dick's Sporting Goods, and I'm sure other places, this is not a commercial for Dick's.
I go to CVS for all my sporting goods, so damn straight. Right. I haven't gone to Dick's in a long time.
So I bought my son a new baseball glove, and while I was at it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy myself a baseball glove. I haven't bought a new glove in a while, because when I play catch with my son, I've been using like a crappy old glove.
It's like a three in a lifetime purchase, maybe. It's like a wallet. Like, how many do you really need in your lifetime? It's a personal purchase.
It's a very personal purchase. In fact, my wife was saying, oh, so that my friend's kid could play catch with our son, we should buy him like a cheap glove. I'm like, no, that's his dad's job. You don't buy someone else a glove.
Yeah, I'm surprised you bought yourself a glove. What was wrong with your old one? Did you lose it?
Well, the glove I use on a week to base, I play softball, and I use a different glove. It's a softball glove.
Oh, you didn't have baseball
I haven't had a good baseball glove in a while.
That makes sense.
So
I think you're good for 3 a lifetime. I just made that rule right now. I'm standing by it.
I bought
3
this
a
bad boy
lifetime.
right
Your
here.
little league one, your high school one, and then like eventually you get one last new one.
Can I tell you, that's a Gen X thinking. Kids now have like new gloves every year. It's wild.
Yeah, but I'm speaking on behalf of me, not
Yeah,
these spoiled nose pickers today.
I don't think it's spoiled. I think I'm always shocked how people have so many gloves. Anyway, I got myself a new glove. I got my son a new glove.
I like it.
And there's this machine at Dick's. I've heard people talk about it. I'm like, yeah, that's great. Tell me more about it. And I would not really listen. I want you to listen to me. It's $20. And again, this is no commercial for Dick's Sporting Goods. They put a stiff-ass brand new glove in this machine for 10 minutes, and it comes out like a glove. Yo, it comes out like I've been working this glove for 10 years of my life.
Come on, dude.
Oh, it's like one of those brick pizza ovens.
Danny G, you got stepsons that play like high school and college baseball, so you know.
But you
these
know,
machines,
they purposely, Rich, maybe this is on the a saving side, on the balling on a budget side, but we'd go to Play It Again Sports on purpose to get a glove that's already broken in.
There you go.
But those gloves that are already broken in, they always will say, like, oh, the leather's not as good, it's not as good a glove. I know the gloves you talk about, how they're already broken in, but
I'm just saying this for conversation's sake, Rich. I'm not the expert. You made that very clear. You made that very, very clear that I have no knowledge in this. But what about the old-fashioned way, like the pride and taking a little pride and having that skill, right? Like
Okay,
we
so
all
look, hey,
it's like look at me. I got to see this skill. There's something you don't know about bending the brim. You know what I mean? Like bending the brim just the right way. There's
rubber
a skill
bands,
involved.
the oil, putting it in the oven.
Everybody has their own little methods.
Running it over with a car.
Maybe it's overrated. I get that. So I'm waiting to hear like the response.
So I started with the theory of, I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way. Look what I got here. I bought glove oil.
Okay.
I bought glove
Is
oil.
that disappearing glove oil? Because it looks like it disappeared on the screen.
That's what my Zoom screen did.
Yeah.
Disappearing glove oil.
Wow. If that was a visual special effect, if you're not watching, you're missing out.
I bought glove oil. I bought like the big rubber bands. I did all that. They even have like that mallet now where you it's like
Actually, there was some nose-picking kids that went to Shark Tank who built like a rubbery strap.
Yeah, the baseball wrap, the glove wrap. Yeah, I've seen
it's
that.
invented by a little kid on Shark Tank.
So when I got all that, I oiled up the glove, pounded the pocket with a little, with that stick. I did the whole deal. Next day, I'm like, no, I feel like I felt bad, but I'm like, I'm going to go use the, quote, shortcut. And let me tell you, these gloves are now broken in like they're been used for years. So it poses just a simpler question, Covino.
Okay.
What are the innovations in like sporting goods and gear over the years that you're sort of fascinated by? Because to me, I think it's crazy that every kid on the team has their own helmet and their own bat. When we were kids, not everyone had their own helmet or their own bat. And now the simple fact that you could take an old baseball glove, like a brand new baseball glove, and make it feel like a glove you've had for years is insane. So we'll take your feedback next, and we'll talk some more World Cup, talk a little baseball, a little bit football, a little of everything here on Covino and Rich. Professionally, double down. Personally, do not double down. You want to talk about Stephen A? Because he's doubling down.
He is doubling down, and that's what this comes down to. He's getting a lot of criticism on social media. He's basically talking about what the world now is calling the Snowtime Lakers. And if you missed it, we have the original audio of what Stephen A. Smith said. We'll put our spin on it, and we'll get your feedback going at 877-99 on Fox. Here's Stephen A. on the Lakers.
Where the hell the Los Angeles Lakers think they going with a bunch of white dudes? Somebody had to say it, so I'm saying it. Your 3 top players are white dudes? Really? This ain't golf. This ain't baseball. Hell, it ain't even soccer. And we got a whole bunch of brothers on Team USA. What y'all think this is? This is basketball. This is basketball. In NBA history, when have you seen your 3 most prominent players on a basketball team all be white?
Well, you know what? Ooh. There's a lot of foreign white dudes making some big impact in the NBA nowadays.
White people.
Yeah. So
listen,
it's rubbing people the wrong
and
way.
the NBA Rookie of the Year, and he's not an international player.
NBA Rookie of the Year. You got these international superstars. You got Jokic. You got Luka. There's so many big time players that it's. I feel like this is an old thing to say or to think in today's world.
I think this applied more 10, 20 something years ago.
Right.
However, I mean, I don't take offense to what Stephen A. said. People get all butthurt and politically correct, and I think that's a silly way to take this. I think I totally understand what he's saying. Like an NBA team with more than half the starting lineup being white dudes doesn't traditionally work in the NBA. Like, why we can't pretend we don't know what he means. And then there's people that are like, well, if someone said that about any other race, I don't care about that. I don't care. I just think it's funny how
we're not talking about Danny Ainges on the court, though. Like, do you seriously look at an international guy like Luka and be like, oh, there's a white hayseed or whatever, people want to say about the 80s Celtics and things like that, which obviously they had a ball-in team back there, and the NBA has changed a lot. But
these aren't white dudes with dad moves on the playground.
Yeah, this is not Rich with a wide-open 3 at the YMCA.
The old white guy with the tube socks doing the hook shot at the gym? That's not this, right? So, and that's what we're thinking. Like, yeah, we kind of understand, but I don't know if he should have said that. I don't know if it was a good move, but in today's world, maybe it's the best move because awful's the new awesome, and you say things for the clicks just to say them. Mm-hmm. And he even says, like, since no one else is saying it, I guess I'll be the one. And I think you're saying this because you know deep down that it's going to go viral and everybody's going to talk about it. Even though you shouldn't say it. It's like,
but you can't say,
it's like Love Island. These kids know they shouldn't be doing it, but for the sake of good TV, they're doing it. Ratings, I tell you.
Well, there's things we observe that we just don't say out loud because you're like, yeah, that might not be politically correct, or let me think about it, that might be insensitive. But if you're telling me it didn't crush your mind also, that's like, I got a lot of white guys now. Like, I think everyone thought it, but it's a different NBA game now. You can't tell me when Danny's like, yeah, we got the big man from Utah. I'm like, yeah. In my mind, I'm like, man, there's a lot of white dudes on the Lakers.
But they also signed Colin Sexton, and they also stole Grimes away from the Sixers. But these narratives and images you see on social media the past 48 hours have been like singling out all the white players on the Lakers and putting them as like the face of the team.
I saw Big Papi in the kitchen just now in the lobby at Fox Sports Radio. He looked a little grumpy. Not used to being up this early, I guess.
Yeah, he's used to East Coast time.
I know, but you know what? When you're in for DP, Big Gun's got to make a cameo. So I'm happy to have him here. He's going to host Baseball Trivia. We do it on Tuesdays on the Covino and Rich show in for the great Dan Patrick. And last week, we did the Dan Patrick hat trick, 3 shows last week. So if you missed any of them, catch the podcast. But it's a pleasure being here today. Hope you had a happy holiday weekend. A lot of you, as my mom would say, because she's from the 1800s, a lot of you back to the grindstone yesterday.
Yeah, your mom should watch the that America documentary on Netflix. Take her back to the good old days.
Yeah, I saw.
Have you been watching that, by
Tom
the way?
Hanks. Yeah, it aired on the History Channel, and I think the Netflix is airing it now. The Netflix, I call it.
The Netflix.
Produced by Tom Hanks. So hopefully you had fun celebrating our forefathers. You can learn all about it on that new special that Rich is talking about. And hopefully you enjoyed the World Cup. We got to talk more about that. All the wedding gossip. There's news about Norway. Everyone in Norway's sick. But again, we're Covino and Rich live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Rich is in Texas. And after the show, the DP podcast goes up. Our stream goes up. Best of the week. Everything's there. Our bonus podcast, Overpromised. Search Covino, Covino. First, COVID might come up, but then scroll right past that. Yeah. Covino and Rich. And follow, rate, and review. Give us 5 stars. We appreciate it.
Yeah, COVID really messed up your search term, huh?
It really does, yeah.
C-O-V. No, not COVID. Oh, Covino. There it is. Okay. And by the way, shout out to my buddy Jeff Selman listening out here on the west side, Covino. Probably on
Where's
570. He from? He's from L.A. He's the guy that runs the pony ball division at West Hills. And he was saying, I just bought myself a new glove, too. And that machine that breaks in a glove now, we were talking about like some of the technology differences when we were kids compared to now. That machine breaks in a glove in 15 minutes that was like stiff, like a stiff, hard leather glove. It's amazing. So, but you would prefer to do it the old-fashioned way?
No, I not necessarily, but I think there's some charm in that, right? And I think you lose some. It's like with all the technology, you always lose a little something. We have great innovations in the world of streaming, but you know what I do miss sometimes? Going to the CD store and that whole routine of it. It's easy to stream a movie on Netflix, but going to Blockbuster was lots of fun. You lose things along the way. I think maybe you lose the art of that extra pride you might have, and when you're pounding that glove, you're like, yeah, I broke this bad boy in. And do they break it into your liking? Because some people go like straightforward when they break in their glove, like where it's boxy feeling.
Yeah, there's levels to it.
And then some people go like with a little bit of a slant, like a little bit of a lean with the glove.
I go a little slant lean on the glove.
But you could do that even with the machine?
Yeah, no, because it just really it loosens up the leather, and then you sort of
take it from there.
Sort of handle it from there. But
any other innovations in sports that are blowing your mind?
I think when you were a little baseball kid, because Covino, if to not know us, Covino and Rich, Covino played baseball his whole life.
Yeah, I mean,
high school, college,
baseball,
everything.
Yeah.
The gear.
He had 27 Little League home runs, by the way.
Yeah, he did have 27 Little League home runs.
Yeah, how come when we're in for Dan Patrick, you leave out that fun fact? I want the world to know.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But I would say the biggest changes from when we were kids, not only like flag football being a big thing now, and the advent of certain sports. I think the gear these kids have is next level. Like the uniforms, the gear, everything involved. Like every kid's got a $300-$400 bat, sliding gloves.
I think that's you're LA talking, man.
You think that's LA? You don't think kids around the country all have sliding gloves and their own bats and hype fires and all that?
As they say on Love Island, 10 toes down on that one. You're in an LA bubble if you think all kids have $300, $400 bats.
You think it's only Los Angeles where people have these? So down here,
I'm not saying it doesn't exist anywhere else, but if you think everybody has one, I think you're out of your mind.
Every kid has their own helmet.
People are broke, and that might be part of the reason, but not everybody can afford a $300-$400 bat.
Every kid
No.
is like almost like told like you got to get your own bat, and they all have these expensive bats. I'm in New Braunfels, Texas. The Dick's Sporting Goods I went to yesterday. You walk in and it's a display of these $300, $400, $500 bats and gear and the sliding gloves and like all the gear that looks like ice cream sundaes. You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's like a whole little look that baseball
only an
kids
LA
have.
thing.
No, I think when you're talking that money, that type of money, and where everyone has those expectations, yeah, that's an LA bubble.
No, that's everywhere. Kids are parents are wasting money
I'm
everywhere.
Sure I'll ask Big Papi when he's here if kids in the Dominican Republic are playing with $400, $500 baseball bats.
Oh, now you're going to bring the DR into it. Awesome.
Hey,
that's a fair comparison.
You said everybody.
Okay. All right, we got more Covino and Rich. We'll talk some World Cup, some trivia, maybe a little NFL next hour. Hang tight.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like, "Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense." Her mom walked in. "Can you believe he was dead the whole time?"
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, "Oh, look at that bozo over there," and I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all's show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct. 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
The promising run of Team USA at the World Cup ended abruptly last night. They were smothered by Belgium 4-1 in the round of 16. The U.S. still without a World Cup quarterfinal appearance since 2002. The loss also means that all three host countries, Canada and Mexico, the others, have been eliminated. The Monday baseball action included an 8-7, 11-inning win for the Dodgers over the Rockies. LA superstar Shohei Ohtani, 3 hits, including a home run. He drove in 4 for manager Dave Roberts.
Tonight was the first time in a while that he really looked like Shohei. Took a cutter, which was actually a pretty good pitch, for the homer, and then lines the ball with the infield drawn in, and then gets another hit.
With the win, the Dodgers became the first team in the majors this season to 60 victories. NFL DB Terrion Arnold, released by the Lions last week after felony kidnapping and robbery charges, has cleared waivers and is a free agent. Football's closing in. The first NFL training camp opens in 10 days. I'm Matt McCoy.
DP.
Dan Patrick.
Welcome to the Dan Patrick Show.
We are the most unathletically decorated show in radio history, I think.
America's most revered sports talk show.
Respect the position that you have.
But today, Dan Patrick and the four Danettes are not here. So sitting in for Dan Patrick and hosting the Dan Patrick Show, here's Steve Covino and Rich Davis.
All right. Our last hour is going to be action-packed. We got Big Papi Baseball Trivia, as he calls it. Your chance to win our summer prize pack, some grilling aprons and koozies. It's all multiple choice. And Big Papi is always fun, even though he's grumpy because it's early here in for Dan Patrick. So join us Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 on the West, 5 to 7 on the East. Everything at Covino and Rich. I'm Steve Covino. That is Rich Davis, the Tiger Boy, Tiger style. How many Tiger shirts do you have, by the way?
It's a graphic T-shirt with a tiger. Back off.
But how many do you have?
You're wearing a jacket, and it's 100 degrees in the summer.
No, it's freezing in the studio. That's why I'm wearing a jacket.
You're wearing a jacket in July.
Yeah, it's freezing in the studio, you bonehead. And of course, Danny
chilly?
G.
You
is
chilly?
Yeah, I am. And Danny G's our super producer. Iowa Sam is on the Glockenspiel. And we appreciate you, Fox Sports Radio Nation, for being here. Again, if you want to watch the show, if you want to see his tiger style, like he's in the Wu-Tang Clan or something. If you want to see my sweet bomber jacket and watch what you hear, everything's at youtube.com/@Covino and Rich FSR. In fact, the live chat's popping. We got Real Mr. Franz. We got Backgunner. We got Gus the Bus, Mauser, Steve Racho. A lot of people chiming in, Rich, saying bats are expensive.
He's not wearing headphones today. He's wearing earmuffs. I wanted to bring up
how much was that thing to break your glove in, though? You never told us how much it was.
$20. $20.
So it's a matter of, do you pay $20 at Dick's Sporting Goods to have them break in the glove for you with this new handy-dandy innovative machine?
It's not new. I'm just new to the, my kid's obsessed with baseball stuff, so I'm buying all the gear and doing all the stuff. And by the way, we're getting a lot of feedback saying it's not just California. You're out of your mind to think it's only California where kids are spending all their parents' money on new bats and helmets and sliding gloves.
I know gear is next level. I know all these little kids are wearing their little necklaces and they think they're baseball superstars with all their extra how-do-you-dos and bracelets and slides and socks and outfits. And I get all that, but I don't think every kid has a $300-$400 bat. I know you guys are the experts, but I find that very hard to believe.
All right, well, I mean, when you say every kid, no. But if you're making it seem like it's an L.A. thing, no. It's a young kid baseball culture thing.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to argue that. Bats are expensive. I know that.
Yeah. Well, so you think in a little league
but not
or
everybody
a pony
has
ball,
them.
You think in a pony ball league or a little league in some small town, they're using big barrel Eastons from '87?
No. I'm not thinking that at all. You said every kid has a $300-$400 bat. I'm like, not every kid. He probably has to beg the kid that could afford it. Can I use your bat? The same way those clay bats were a thing, ceramic bats, I'm sorry, when we were kids, or the new TPX came out, and you had to beg the rich kid, can I use your bat just for one at bat?
But
everybody had them.
When we were kids also, you shared helmets with other kids, which looking back was gross, but I still think it's funny that every kid has their own helmet. But did you have your own helmet?
No, of course not.
You just hoped that the kid on your team didn't have dirty lice head.
All right, so what were your two questions? Because we got to talk more World Cup. I have just a random question about the World Cup.
I have three sports notes, and then we'll move along to some World Cup action. Number one, today's the anniversary of a great kids baseball movie. Pitcher's got a big butt. Speaking of Little League and Pony Ball, Pitcher's got a big butt. You know the movie?
That would be Rookie of the Year, right?
Rookie of the Year, Henry Rowan Gardner. Do you put that up there with, Danny, some of the better kids movies like The Sandlots and Mighty Ducks? And
I think it cracks the top 10.
We watched that recently with the kids, and they loved it. They Little Giants. We're talking the list of movies that you got to show your kids if they're into sports. I think Mighty Ducks, Little Big League, Rookie of the Year, Little Giants. There's a bunch of them in that same category. Of course, Sandlot, but Rookie of the Year came out on this day in '93. So if you want to feel old, 33 years ago.
Is that where he breaks his arm?
Yeah.
And then he has the fast pitch, and that's how he gets it?
It's the kid from American Pie, yeah.
And you know who the veteran pitcher they called the Rocket is in that movie? I think you may have even forgotten, Covino, like who like his mentor, old guy, is that ends up with his mom.
No, I remember.
Oh, I know. I may have seen it like once in passing in '93. Yeah, so I'm taking your word for it.
A handsome young Gary Busey.
Nice. Legend.
So, anniversary of Rookie of the Year for all the sports fans that love that one. And 2 questions of where will they end up? Number 1, of course, LeBron James. The latest now is Cleveland. When I thought that was the boring, who cares answer, now everyone's saying Cleveland's the league leader?
Well, they're saying over the weekend, one of the headlines was they're going to make room for Bronny if they were to make that happen.
That and LeBron took a picture with the Cavs GM, who used to be his high school teammate.
Yep.
So people are following breadcrumbs.
And that would be bookends, It could be a cool story.
Yeah, but we talked about how cool the old guy options were up in Golden State, or if he joined, Giannis down in Miami, or if he went to Philadelphia and teamed up with Jaylen Brown. We talked about all these possibilities, and the one that's the least appealing is the one that seems to have the buzz right now.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But every other day there's a new, stronger
Yeah,
buzz.
that's the thing. He needs to just put an end to this for the sake of our mental health. And, the news of he's filming his last season as a documentary, that's another reason why people seem to be pointing towards Cleveland.
All right. And my next, where are they going to end up? This guy should just shut his mouth. Who is advising this bonehead, former 49er, Brandon Ayuk? He was all about the Commanders. Then he starts talking about Jaden Daniels, and Jaden Daniels is pretty much like, beat it, loser.
Well, he was insinuating that it's his team.
Did you guys see the meme over the weekend? It was in the official font with the Commanders logo, and it says the Washington Commanders have just released Brandon Ayuk.
And Jaden Daniels gave him the thumbs down. Yeah,
Dude,
thumbs down.
If someone hasn't made the meme yet, they should make the meme where it looks like the Impractical Jokers are telling him what to say. Because what normal person could say this stuff? Like,
if you want to play for the Commanders, you don't come at their starting and star quarterback.
We talked last week about how he burnt every bridge possible with a respected organization in the 49ers, right? He made it seem like John Lynch was creepy for being a GM, former player, showing up at his house. You mean a guy that helped him sign this big deal? They shared agent. Then he said he fired his agent, but he hadn't officially fired his agent. Then he's saying Kyle Shanahan's a little B. And now he made it seem like the Commanders, that's the spot.
Feels a little AB-like, so, we got to take it for what it is. It doesn't seem right. It's probably not. There's something weird going on with the guy, so yeah, man. I hope he's okay. Put it that way, because he's not helping himself or his career.
I've heard some NFL insiders, Danny G. You may have seen these same things where they're saying Brandon Ayuk may have just gone from $30 to $40 million a year in this guaranteed sweet Niners contract to possibly getting like very little money, like almost like minimum type of deals for a team to take a chance.
Talking himself out of a league, yeah. He might not end up anywhere for all we know. Not if he's acting like this.
Like who's going to take a chance on this guy?
That's the question. Yeah.
So
it's kind of like when my toddler has a meltdown because he wants a popsicle for each hand. And by the time his meltdown's over, he doesn't even have one anymore. He's got nothing.
Danny G, that's your best analogy ever. I'm picturing with 2 little rocket pops, red, white, and blue.
For some reason, he thinks he has to have one in each hand.
And both melted. That's
like
the meltdown and the 49ers. That's the NFL.
Hand. Yeah, one at a time, bro.
So when the meltdown's over, he's left with nothing. I got it.
Sticky
I followed.
hands.
Yeah, that was great. Man,
now
it's a
now
sad story,
picture,
dude.
Now I'm just going to picture Brandon Ayuk with 2 rocket pops in his hands.
It's humorous, but it's also very sad, right? Like that he's throwing his career away, it seems like. Stay off social media. If you were someone in his team or in his camp that cared about him, you'd tell him to stop.
Yeah, just bad looks all around. But, hey, Brandon Ayuk, LeBron James, it's a fun game. Where do they end up? Covino, just before we get into World Cup, take your guess. So you're saying Cleveland and nowhere? Is that your answer? I'm going to go Golden. I'm going to go Golden
out
State
because AD's not happening, and that was part of the deal over there as to why he'd want to go, and they've already sort of shut that down, so that ruins that rumor a little bit. The Knicks was in question if Brunson would give it a thumbs up, and I haven't heard anything since. San Antonio's a possibility. Denver's a possibility. Miami's a possibility.
The Minnesota Timberwolves have been pushing hard.
Timberwolves have been pushing. I'm gonna, just for safety reasons, I'll say Cleveland.
Okay. There you go. Perfect.
Now, fun times in Cleveland again.
Cleveland.
It's Covino and Rich in for Dan Patrick. And if you missed the first hour, we talked about how deflated everybody feels because USA's out. All three hosts are out. Canada, Mexico, tough weekend.
I think you were going to say, I was like, I'm a host and I'm out. I'm done.
And
I'm
we
done.
also found out that even Rich is out, so 4 hosts are out.
Yeah.
He says he's not watching anymore, and I feel like that's just part of the processing the World Cup blues. But Rich was never a Team USA fan, and there's so much more fun and so many great matchups even today. You got Argentina, Egypt. You got big stars. You got Messi, Switzerland, Colombia. So there's still reason to watch and still reason to bring positive energy because there's millions of people here to celebrate with us. So we talked about USA stinking like Abe Lincoln. We talked about the vibe being ruined once the red card was revoked. And who's watching still? Now I just have a random question about, well, maybe obvious, or is it not? Of this World Cup, for better or worse, who's the biggest star? Like, who's the guy that we're going to look back, 2026 World Cup, and it's not over yet, but as of now, who's it safe to say, like, he might be, like, the MVP of the Cup, the most popular guy that's made the biggest impact so far? Who's the biggest star so far? Because to me, even though Messi's putting up big numbers,
it's Messi.
Ronaldo's done. No, he's the biggest star of them all. I'm saying of this particular World Cup. Pulisic obviously was a stinker yesterday. The goalie from Cape Verde went from like 50,000 followers to like millions and billions of followers. So his star was out of control, and he was a big story as well. Is it not the obvious Erling Haaland? The 25-year-old beastodon? Is it not this guy who's captivating everybody right now with his drum and his chants and getting everybody involved? Is it not this dude?
Listen, I would say who runs this World Cup has got to be this dude because we knew Mbappe before this. We knew Lionel Messi before this.
And the big stars they're playing great.
Ronaldo's out. Like some of the U.S. players.
Harry Kane's been great.
I think when you put all the factors in, like this guy's hairdo, his peculiar look about him, he looks like a beast out there.
Haaland?
He looks like some sort of Nordic alien.
He looks like a henchman in like a Bond movie.
Right? Like I'm like, is he from this planet?
Yeah.
This guy?
But Cove coming up, is he one of the Norway players who has the Viking flu?
Yeah, that's the other side story too. Is the Viking flu is out there, and the team is coming down with an illness. So could we be in jeopardy of losing out on the biggest star we've seen or develop during this World Cup? He's only 25 years old. He plays this really interesting casual style of football where it looks like he's not paying any attention. He's sort of just jogging doing a slow jog out there, like from you to your car, Rich. Just a slow jog.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden he turns it on. Instincts put him right there. Perfect timing for a headbutt. Goal for Haaland. And, his celebrations, the way he commands a crowd. Is he the biggest star from this World Cup? Now, I'm not saying of all time. I'm not comparing him to Messi. I'm saying of this World Cup. So far, I think it's him.
The striking Viking.
I
love that.
Is that in regards to his looks?
Well, he's a striker.
I mean, he's a striking Viking. You said, who'd you say before? Who's the dude from England?
Harry Kane.
Sam?
Yeah,
Harry
Rocky
Kane.
like a Harry Kane.
He looks like Beavis, dude. That guy looks like Beavis and Luke Bryan or something. Like that.
Harry Kane looks like British Ryan Gosling. I don't know. Like the hair's a little bit thinner and a little farther back. The nose is a little bit crooked.
Did you see the very viral clip of him after the victory where he lost his voice?
We have that. I can pull it.
Yo, Rich, if you missed that, you got to hear it. He's an English soccer superstar who looks like he's 55 years old, but props to him. Rock you like a Harry Kane lost his voice
because he was, yelling at his teammates. It was so loud there that they were communicating.
The altitude,
he was yelling.
they see screaming.
Here's a little bit of a Harry Kane post Mexico win.
Jordan, we had to fight. Yeah, I've just been sitting there. I can't really talk, but all the occasion, the team, everything against us. Yeah, I thought I got to the ball first. It was one of those days that, in the end, just look at him here. Incredible. Unbelievable support. Speechless.
I think when, and again, Haaland.
We wish you were speechless.
I like
Kane
him a lot, though.
Kane is great, and he's a big star. But this Haaland dude, I think when you factor in his appearance, because he's a striking Viking, as Sam put it. He's memorable, and you factor in the way he's been playing and leading his team to victory. And I think he has 7 goals in this World Cup so far. I think he's been the biggest, surprising, likable star that maybe you didn't know before the World Cup started.
Messi, Mbappe, and Haaland, I think, have 7.
Yeah,
and I want to say Kane has 5 or 6. So the race for the Golden Boot is awesome. It's a 4-horse race right now.
Erling Haaland is as if Noah Syndergaard was good.
He's got a peculiar look about him.
He's got
like I
that
said.
Viking.
Yeah.
You know me. I used to be all about Noah Syndergaard on the Mets is good. He's got that Viking long blonde hair. Cool. It's just something about him. He's definitely a personality.
Is that what those aliens look like? You know how they say there's 4 types of aliens? You know, every day there's a new alien story. Insectoids, reptilians. They say the Greys, and then they say the Nordics, where they all have this look about them. Is he a Nordic alien?
He's a Nordic.
We just found out there's a planet right next to us filled with aliens.
Is he from there, really? And they're just saying he's from Norway?
Are you sure you just didn't watch Hail Mary with Ryan Gosling over the weekend? Because I did. I thought that was good.
I got a half hour into it and then had to take care of a toddler. But the headline this morning, Norway's World Cup squad struggles with sickness bug ahead of England clash. Their national team has been hit by a bug that's disrupted training and preparation ahead of their first ever World Cup quarterfinal against England, which is coming up in Miami on Saturday. Their manager confirms that several players have experienced flu-like symptoms with reports of coughing and rasping spreading through the 50-plus strong camp of players and staff.
Man, that's unfortunate. What happens if they all come down with something? What would they do? It would be a forfeit? That'd be interesting.
I don't think they would let it get to that, but they're obviously not going to be at full strength.
You've seen teams all get sick and they just have a weak-ass performance. No one's
saying
calling.
if it
There's
was
no forfeit in the World Cup.
If they don't have enough players on the field because they're all
Dude, they would all play sick. You've never seen teams come down with
I
something?
don't know how sick they are with this mystery illness where it leads. I have no idea.
At least they have time to get hooked up to IVs, and they obviously have a staff of doctors around them 24 hours.
I hope so. So it's in a world of algorithms, right? It's really tough to get a gauge on, are we all seeing the same clips? And I'm flooded with Haaland. So in my little bubble of algorithms and world, I'm being fed nothing but his clips, his slow motions, his kicks, his striking good looks, his striking Viking 7 goals, and him leading the squad in the stadium with the row. I keep seeing all these highlights. So for me, he's the biggest star of this World Cup so far. It's not over yet.
So Spot just texted me. He says that Haaland looks like the painting from Ghostbusters 2, which is Vigo the Carpathian, also known as Vigo von Hamburg Deutschendorf.
Maybe that's his real name.
He's just scary and intimidating looking, but he's a big goofball and very serious about his craft.
Say that name again, Vigo von?
Oh, well, it's Vigo the Carpathian, also known as Vigo von Hamburg Deutschendorf.
Now I got to look up Vigo the Carpathian.
You know what I'm talking about.
Same guy. Must be his dad. That's his dad. So he's direct descendant of Vigo the Carpathian. You heard it here first.
From Spot. Spot sent me that.
Spot, our video producer.
Spot also told me, dude, dummy, it's Project Hail Mary. What did I say? What did I call it?
I don't know.
Sure.
I don't listen to you, Rich. So
listen. We listen to half of what you say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
Now, get this. Fox Sports Radio Nation, we're going to take your feedback on the star power of, and again, that's what USA was lacking, right? Their stars stepping up and becoming big stars on this big stage. It's the one criticism about this amazing run that we've had as Americans, as fans, as hosts. This dude is bringing the star power. So we'll get your thoughts on that. Plus, I want you to get ready. I want people to start calling now, Rich, for Big Papi baseball trivia. It's multiple choice. It's easy breezy, but it's your chance to win a summer prize pack. It's our way of bribing new listeners with some fun grilling aprons and koozies and stuff like that.
Well, we'll do that next. But I got to say, if you're going to bring up World Cup action and, your team Mexico losing a heartbreaker the other day, We haven't brought up what we usually something we would talk about. Jordan Henderson, the dude that jumped over the rail and broke his arm celebrating.
That was crazy.
That was the weekend.
That wasn't all over your algorithm?
That was the biggest soccer hit of the weekend.
Yeah, it really was the weekend.
Like, like that. You saw that last second slip, too. Like, he grabbed the rail. Oh. I mean, I guess good thing he doesn't need his arms. He still has his feet, but still, that's not fun. All right, we're going to play Big Papi Trivia. Get involved, like Covino said, 877-99 on Fox. We do it next right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Everyone at the gym, every TV was on the World Cup, and I saw something of a moment that it's not like I'll never forget, but it was one of those moments where everyone stopped at the end of regulation in the Germany, Das Boot, at the end of the Germany-Paraguay game.
The Germans.
When it went to the penalty kicks, when it went to the shootout. Everyone stopped. You heard like all the weights drop. Everyone's treadmill powered down. And everyone was gathered around the TVs, just standing there with their hands on their hips, looking up at the TVs. And it really was one of those.
Well, you know why? I mean, we're in Los Angeles. I'm not saying this isn't happening everywhere, but I know this for a fact. Rich and I go to the same gym. And our gym specifically, there's a lot of different cultures involved over there. Because I was in the sauna the other day. And it was like a representative of every team in the World Cup talking about whose team was the best. So, like, we have a total mix of people here in Los Angeles and in this country, period.
Is that your new podcast you're doing, Sauna Talk?
Sauna Talk.
Where Covino just brings a microphone to talk to all the weird dudes in the sauna?
There's a lot of immigrant people or foreigners, however you want to see it, people from different lands, whatever makes you feel comfortable, here representing. So the action level is intense and the interest level is high. So if you got all these mix of people at the gym, especially the gym we go to, there's just a good mix of people there. And I could see if it comes down to a shootout, people are like stopping everything to watch it because that's the exciting part, man. And this is the knockout round. This is what we've been waiting
They're
for.
assembling the United Nations in your sauna.
Yeah. By the way,
no
Sam,
joke, Sam.
It's not. I don't think a
It's
shootout.
very diverse.
I don't think a shootout. I'm being serious. I don't think it's something you could casually watch. That's you're locked in. All right, hold on. Pause whatever else you're doing. Stop your conversation. Hey. 5 guys on each team are going to get a shot.
Yeah, this is it.
This is it. You just watched 90. Actually, if it's a shootout, you watched
90
2 hours. Plus another half hour.
We watched 2 matches yesterday that went 2+ hours of game time because
Sam, don't remind me. I was at home, right?
15 minutes.
I'm at home,
45.
My girlfriend's like, let's watch Love Island.
No.
And I'm like, we're in overtime. We can't.
No.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, but
you said it was almost over 15 minutes ago.
It's not over till it's over.
But
I'm
babe,
like,
they're about to have a beach orgy. Yeah, but I
DVR it.
It's Love Island, by the way, is out of control.
Yeah.
But you're so right. These games are so next level. And Rich's take, I don't want to take your take, but you're saying that the shootout is arguably,
I thought about this.
or maybe not arguably, the coolest ending in sports.
I thought about all the endings in other sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the climaxes. All right, if I told you, rank these endings. Bottom of the ninth inning jam, like power hitters up against an elite closer. If I said, yo, star quarterback gets the ball, star, 2-minute drill down by 6.
Okay.
If I told you NBA or college hoops, minute left, it's like a 1-score game. All these, hockey, overtime.
Can we throw the
sudden death
the
goal?
Sixth Sense in there just for the heck of it? There's a major twist. That was a great ending.
Yeah, great. That is a great ending.
The Sixth Sense. He was dead the whole time, Sam.
I mean,
Usual Suspects, great ending.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, honestly, who was Kaiser Soze? Joey Chestnut when there's 10 seconds left on the hot dog clock.
No, you know what? I think there's something very final feeling about that moment.
Yeah.
You know, it all comes down to this, and the pressure level's so high because you have that international pride. There's so much on the line, especially World Cup shootouts.
I think
knockout rounds. It all comes down to this. The country's watching. All the countries are watching. The pressure's so high. You're seeing people turn down the opportunity. You're seeing people, kick it into the stands like they're shanking them.
I heard Zlatan.
You mean Alex Teichert?
Who does look like the guy that runs
He's
the
our
Odd
Zlatan,
Couple.
yeah.
Zlatan and Alexi Lawless, who
don't like each other.
Who don't like each other, and it's awesome. They were even saying the one thing they agreed upon was that if you have ever been in that scenario, World Cup or like a Premier League championship, whatever elite level soccer it is, if you are taking that kick, Zlatan said he feels like you black out. He insinuated like you just it's. Do you have a memory of that? And he's like, it's hard to even remember it because you're so 100,000 people, all eyes on you. You are in
the
such
zone.
a. You're almost like outside your body.
There's something to that. I remember interviewing Golden Tate a long time ago. Seahawks, Lions, a wide receiver, and I asked him specifically because he had a famous moment where he dove. He was playing at Notre Dame, dove into the Michigan State band after scoring a touchdown. I'm like, I want to know about that moment. He's like, I don't remember it.
You blacked out, yeah.
He's just like, there are certain moments.
Iowa Sam, our sound technician, our sound architect.
He's pumping it.
He's actually playing live guitar in the studio. Danny G is our super producer of the Covino and Rich Show. 877-99 on Fox. He's on the phones. And I saw him in the lobby. We got Big Papi waiting. But, Rich, we're Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Everyone's searching for ways to save on insurance. So switch to Liberty Mutual, and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 Liberty. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local independent agent.
All right, now it's time for something we do every week on our show, and we're bringing it to the Dan Patrick Show. Big Papi Trivia. Let's
Send
go.
him in. Let's go.
Iron Mike, Showtime Mahomes, Shaq Diesel.
A.K.A. Shaq Daddy.
Meet your baseball counterpart.
It's Big Papi, Covino, and Rich. I love you guys, especially the Covino guy. The other guy, he head too big.
It's time for Big Papi Baseball Trivia.
This is our radio game.
Firing some MLB trivia at you.
I swing hard in case I hit it, that's it.
Big Papi for big prizes.
We play a game, you call, that's it.
Big Papi Baseball Trivia.
The baseball trivia, let's go.
All right, our FSR security walking our broke Papi into the main studio. Yeah. So early on the West Coast, not for the rest of the country.
Hey, what's up, Danny G?
How you doing?
Hey,
Papi.
very happy to be here. Hey, Pee-wee. Great to see you, Pee-wee.
What's up, bud?
I'm very good.
What'd you think of my Dodgers and their comeback in extra innings?
Hey, I don't care about your Dodgers. Hey, I just care the Yankee lose. The Yankee lose. Hey, Sam. Great to see
Hey,
you.
Papi.
Hey, Sam, you go with me, man.
I appreciate that.
You go with me.
That means a lot.
Hey, I like your Team USA jersey.
Thank you. It's
Hey.
right here.
Hey, who's this? Hey.
Yeah, we have a new face of the studio. I'm going to get to that. We're going to meet the contestants right now.
I
Two-time
don't know this
winner,
guy.
Rich Davis,
What's up, Papi?
live
Hey.
from Texas, and in for two-time winner Dan Byer. It's Bo. Bo knows
Bo?
baseball.
Hey, Bo, like B.O., like you got B.O.
No. Oh, come on, Papi.
Hey, like Bo Jackson, very, very good.
Bo as in beautiful victory if he wins this game.
Hey, Bo, you go with me, man. I like you, Bo.
All right, looking to win on our studio lines right now. Sean in West Haven, Connecticut was the first three.
Hey, Sean, you my dog. Sean, hey.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, Big
Sean,
Papi,
say
very
what's up
happy
to
to
Papi.
be here.
Hey, what's up, Big Papi?
Hey, what's up, Sean? You go with me.
All right.
Yeah, I'm really good with you.
Here are the rules for Big Papi Trivia. The first contestant with 2 correct answers is the champion. If there's a tie, we have a tiebreaker question. Your name is your buzzer, but you got to wait until all 3 possible answers are read. If there's 2 wrong answers in a row, we move on to the next question. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Play ball.
Let's go.
Okay, I could be he. Big Papi baseball trivia. I could be he.
Round 1.
Okay. Who is the record for most walks in a single season in Major League Baseball?
Say what?
Okay.
Sean.
Okay, is it A, Pete Rose, B, Barry Bonds, or C, Tay Williams?
Sean.
Sean.
Barry Bonds.
Yes.
There you go.
Hey, that's very good. He holds the record with 232 walks in 2004 MLB season.
All right.
Sean is quick. He's quick to the punch. I love this
Yeah,
guy. And by
questions?
the way, that season that Barry Bonds no one wanted to pitch to, his on base percentage was absurd. Like I remember that year being like it was like little league numbers.
That's why his head big like you. You look like Woody from Toy Story.
Shut up.
All right, the
Barry
questions,
Bonds had big bubble head.
questions get more difficult as the rounds progress here. We go to round 2. Sean, halfway to a prize pack.
Hey, Sean, you go with me, man. You know,
Let's go.
how old Bobby Thompson when he hit the shot heard around the world for New York Giants 1951? How old? A, 21, B, 24, or C, 27?
Sean.
Sean trying to get the sweep.
27.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Just like that.
Hey, he like ChatGPT or something like that. Hey, I feel like he's cheating like the Astros.
He went fast. I don't think he had time to type anything in. All right, congratulations, Sean. You guys want to do a bonus round to throw some extra koozies in his prize
Hey,
pack?
I told him
might as well.
I give
Jeez.
Sean my dog T-shirt for you.
I appreciate that.
Let's
You're
go.
my
Yeah, we
dog.
didn't get to hear Bo or Rich buzz in there. Let's go to round 3.
I don't think Bo has said anything, and also I don't know if I had Bo's mic up the whole time.
Hey, Bo, it's very good to see you. Okay, round 3, just for fun.
Bo, say something. No, something's not working.
Oh my God! Turn
Bo,
his
say
microphone
something.
on.
Now
Can you
say
hear me
it.
now, Sam?
Yes.
There you go.
Hey.
Hey,
Test,
Bo,
test.
what did you think of my Dodgers comeback in extra innings?
I like John Boy getting upset at Dalton rushing once again and then having to eat that for the rest of the night. Yeah.
For the collision at the plate.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And by the way, for the record, that walk season where Barry Bonds set the record for most walks, his on base percentage 609. That's like little league stuff.
Hey.
609.
Insane.
That's good with me.
All right, let's go. Let's go to round 3, bonus round. here.
Okay. Big Papi baseball trivia. When you see a teammate struggling, you pick him up. That's what family does.
This is what you once quoted
Yes.
saying about teammates.
What's my most famous quote about teammates? When you see a teammate struggling, you pick them up. That's what family does. B, if I could play the game all by myself, I would. Teammates ruin the outcome of the game most of the time. Or C, I would take certain teammates to dinner when I knew they needed a Papi pep talk. That's what I call a Papi pep talk. And some steak. We get a steak.
Ooh, Rich.
Rich.
I feel like I want a Papi pep talk. See?
No.
Ah.
See?
See?
Hey.
Bo, you want to give it a shot?
Yeah, I'll go with A.
Hey.
Sounds
There we
about
go.
right.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're right.
sounds about
Bo's
right.
on the board.
When you see a teammate struggling, you pick them up. That's what family does.
Nice. I just wanted Bo to win a round here.
There we
Hey.
go.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Sean. Sean is a winner in Connecticut. Hang on the line.
Hey, Sean, he go with me, man.
We are going to get your address and then mail out one of the new prize packs to you there in West Haven.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Hey, can I go now?
Yes.
Hey, great
Go.
to see you. Very happy to be here. I love Dan Patrick show, and the Yankee lose. The Yankee lose. Big
Goodbye.
Papi. Bye, guys.
Thank you,
Later.
Poppy.
Thank
Later,
you, Papi.
buddy.
Great to see you.
See you next week on our afternoon drive show.
There you go. Thanks,
Man,
buddy.
that Big Papi's full of energy, man. All right, so we're Covino and Rich, and it's yesterday was a special day. One of our heroes celebrated their 80th birthday. 80th birthday.
Yeah, it's
So-
weird. It's weird to think that Rocky Balboa Sylvester Stallone is 80 now? It just doesn't feel right because, like, you think of him as, a guy that's in the ring, a guy like, but then again, Rocky's older than us. Rocky came out before I was born, and, think about it. He was a young man then.
Don't you picture him, like, pouting about it, hitting the heavy bang, like, yeah, happy birthday to me. Nobody cares. 80 years old.
I don't got a locker.
Yeah, he's, like, pouting, upset about it.
The fact that Stallone is 80 is wild because, like, he doesn't feel that way. I mean, though he is. So can I give the question that I was thinking, Cove?
Well, I before we get to the question, did you see the clip? This has to do with the actual question. The clip, there's a viral clip of Seth Rogen. I forget who he's talking to. Seth Rogen. And, someone bought into it. Whoever he's talking to it, like, agreed. I forget who it was. They're like, yeah, let's just be honest. Stallone's overrated. And they're like, yeah, the Rocky movie was great and all, but after that, what's he really done? Like, he's no Schwarzenegger. And I'm like, wait, hold up. Because he, in my opinion, holds a very special place in Hollywood and in my heart. Because not many people have 3 franchises, successful franchises to that magnitude. He has the Rocky franchise. He has the Rambo franchise. He has the Expendables franchise. Like, each one of those franchises garnered sequels. Like, that's a legacy that only few have done. And, for people to downplay his career in any way, I think is craziness. I really do. I don't think, just because we love Rockies, we give Stallone this pass. Every actor has stinkers. They're working actors. Not everything's going to be a hit.
I'm a fan of even the Rocky movies that people don't love. I haven't liked Rocky 5 enough to watching it later on in life. I'm like, it wasn't as bad as we thought growing up. Because remember, we always
it's his personal least favorite though.
Yeah, but I mean, as kids, we were like, Rocky 5 stinks. Watching it now, it's not great, but it's not as bad as we thought it was. So here's my question: if you want to take away those franchises Covino talked about, because let's be honest, the Rambos, that's just like, easy to watch action, Rambo. Then you could say the same about the, what was it, the Expendables? What is it?
Expendables, yeah.
And the Rocky movies are legendary. If you take away those 3 franchises, what is your Stallone go-to?
I have an answer. Yeah.
All right. If you take away the 3 big franchises that made him like $1 billion or something.
And by the way, it was Ike Barinholtz, who I like, and Seth Rogen, who I like as well. I couldn't believe they were like sort of dogging Stallone's career that way. It was Seth Rogen and Barinholtz, a viral clip talking about him. We're celebrating him on his 80th because you gotta give props to the legends while they're still around. And everybody's go-to is the 1976 Academy Award-winning Rocky in that franchise. So if you take that out of the conversation, and would that include the Creeds, Rich?
Well, I would say, the Creeds, Take away anything Rocky-related, and I'm even going to say take away Expendables and Rambos. Like, the 3, because the other 2 are just, bro action movies. Take away
Is
Expendables.
Over the Top on the table?
You know what? It is, Danny. If you want to jump in and start, go ahead, because Over the Top, a movie about arm wrestling to gain the love of his son back? I mean,
well, we often
throw
talk
it in
about,
there.
Put your favorite Rockies in order. That's usually the conversation, right? And no one ever agrees. That's the fun part of it.
Yeah.
Now we're paying tribute and giving props and saying happy birthday to an icon. Absolutely. And we're asking you, Fox Sports Radio Nation, Dan Patrick Nation. I should ask Big Papi before he left. But, aside from the Rocky franchise and the big 3, as we called it, the Rocky, Expendables, and Rambo, what's your favorite Stallone movie and why? 877-99 on Fox. We're going to get all your feedback and phone calls. And maybe if Danny G's feeling nice, the best answer and best reason maybe you qualify for a prize. Maybe they hook you up, all right? How about that?
Perfect.
So let's get the
Sounds
phones
good.
going, and let's wrap up strong. Covino and Rich in for the great Dan Patrick.
don't like someone, I'm not shy to say it. So I actually do like Acho, but this comment is absurd.
The W at this junction in time would be better without Caitlin Clark because she is a bigger distraction than she is an additive. Caitlin Clark has gotten the WNBA over the necessary threshold they needed. Now people are watching. Now we realize, oh, there's talent in the W. Talent that's actually even greater than Caitlin Clark. And I'm not just talking about bigs like Asia. I'm talking about the Olivia Miles. I'm talking about the Paige Beckers. Hell, I'm talking about the Kelsey Mitchells. Caitlin got the necessary eyes there. But now that the eyes are there, we don't necessarily need her anymore.
Now, he can't honestly believe that, right? And I say that respectfully, because much like Rich, I have nothing against Acho, but that might be the weakest take of all time. We're talking about a woman who changed the entire league. As far as impact, we're not comparing her championships or her skill level.
Oh, Rich
as
compared
far as
her
impact,
to Michael Jordan.
But as far as impact, Rich isn't that far off. What she means to the league, ratings-wise, numbers-wise, jersey sales. Dude, she had more sales than any. She was only second to Steph Curry, included NBA superstars, okay? So when you talk about the revenue, the sellout crowds, the attention she brought WNBA, he cannot be serious.
The WNBA.
Not past brought and brings.
Yeah.
He past tense and present
serious.
tense
So
and future
honestly,
tense.
shame on us, not here on the show, but us as people, to give those things any sort of attention. I'm not saying here for the sake of the show. I'm saying in life, because we have to understand that people are just saying the opposite just to get your attention. So like, hey, the sky's not blue, it's orange. Like, no, it's not. But they'll say that.
Oh, I better click that. What does he mean by that?
Yeah, they'll
He's
just
wrong.
say that to get clicks because there's no way a smart and intelligent guy like him, a former professional athlete, could honestly think that. So shame on us for even like believing it for a second.
Well, if you just mention the name Caitlin Clark, it gets people all hot and bothered.
It's the clickiest of clickbait of all time. To
Then you
say
say that.
the world we
What?
live in. It's a great example of the nonsense that we're
How many times
watching.
you say click?
The clickiest of clickbait.
Caitlin Click.
So here's my thought. I would go as far as to say I take what Acho said, that the WNBA, or as he called it, the W, I've never heard that before,
George W.
would be better off without Caitlin Clark. I'm going to say this.
I'd say the opposite.
Had Caitlin Clark not came into the WNBA, I feel like we'd be looking at it going away within the next couple
It
years.
would be like an alternate reality we'd be living in. It was
I
like,
thought the WNBA was the WNBA was they practically got a foreclosure notice. Hey, it ain't
Hold
working.
on.
We've done this 20, 30 years. It's not working. If Caitlin Clark had not come into the WNBA a couple years ago and had that little run at Iowa and the fun with her and Angel Reese, had that not
and
happened,
becoming the all-time scorer in NCAA history.
I seriously doubt the WNBA would have made it another couple years. In fact, I'm talking like closing shop, like league done.
This proves that we do live in the upside down. Nothing makes sense. Awful's the new awesome. We're living in the opposite because he's saying that the WNBA, I'm quoting him, the W would be better without Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark might actually be better without the WNBA. Because if she played somewhere else as a professional,
She'd be respected.
she'd be like, heralded and embraced, and she'd be even a bigger star.
If a tree falls in the forest, no one's around. Like, why would she go to Europe or
to
play in
be
another
embraced
country?
and to
I know,
be,
but she matters
even
here.
to be
She
loved.
does.
I'm just saying the opposite of what he said is more truth than what he actually said.
He weaves in some truths with that ridiculous take. Like when he's talking about Kelsey Mitchell, who's on the Fever, sometimes she's like the best scorer on the team. She's an offensive weapon. So he's absolutely right.
but I don't know who that
weapons.
is.
She's an amazing player for the Fever.
But I'm saying
just saying
I'm not the only one.
There
that doesn't
are
know who that
amazing stars, and this is so good that they're
She's
finally
not
getting
the
their
only
shine.
star, but it doesn't matter. She's the one that people care about. Stop forcing things that aren't happening.
Caitlin
right?
Clark.
People care about her. Embrace that and ride with that. And by the way, this is no knock on Acho. It really isn't. I do respect all people that put their opinions out there. But man, if you're not watching at Covino and Rich FSR, you're missing out. You're missing Iowa Sam's dance moves. I mean, he gets you fired up, dude. Man, I need some of that energy today. But I'm glad you got it, Sam. Iowa Sam, our sound architect. Of course, Danny G's got the smooth, buttery voice. He's our super producer on the phones waiting for you at 877-99 on Fox. We're Covino and Rich in for Dan Patrick. The hottest rookies, biggest superstars, and all-time greats. The only place to collect them all is Panini Trading Cards, the official trading cards of the Dan Patrick Show.
For instant classics, autograph cards, memorabilia cards, rare inserts, and more. Start or continue your collection now at PaniniAmerica.net.
Now, since a lot of people are tuning out because the World Cup is over for the U.S., all the hosts, in fact, especially host Rich Davis, maybe some of these movies, these suggestions are ones you watch if you haven't seen them yet. Because we're celebrating Sylvester Stallone. Hey, yo, Sly, absolutely. He's a legend. Rich and I have been joking about him for the length of our show. And we've all enjoyed him for pretty much the length of our lives, right? So he's an icon, and he holds a very special place, like I said, in our hearts, but in movie history because he has 3 giant franchises. Rocky, if you include Creed, even bigger. You got The Expendables most recently, and, of course, Rambo. If you take them out of the equation here, what's his best movie? What's his, after all that, after all the explosions and punches thrown, what's the best movie?
Could the answer be what you like the most or what you think the best movie is? Because I think the answers are different.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I could think both of those. So I'll start then. Can I start?
I was going to say,
right.
I want to, because I don't think the best one is going to be necessarily your favorite one.
Okay, fair.
Okay,
and I'll explain why. I think his best movie outside the big 3 is Copland. I feel because it's underrated, came out in 97.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, it's De Niro, Stallone, absolutely, Harvey Keitel, absolutely, and Ray Liotta and a young Michael Rappaport, absolutely. So you have like a star-studded cast. You got that classic scene where De Niro's like, I gave you a chance to be a real cop and you blew it. It's the second best. Might be the first best you blew it after Sandler. And Stallone's Stallone's like, yo, I'm so sorry. Absolutely, De Niro. And I think that movie, because it's not played a million times, you haven't seen it a million times, but because of who's in it and how good it is, because it's Stallone in like a serious role where he plays this bum of a cop, absolutely. I think it's really one of his most underrated, I think, better films. As far as the one I like the best, it's Demolition Man, 1993, John Spartan, easy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go.
It's fun and stupid, and I love it.
Taco
Danny
Bell?
Danny joked about it, but I feel like the one I loved watching because it was so dumb. And I mean, every kid, every time they arm wrestled, would do an over-the-top move. I thought over-the-top was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's
Watching
your
as
personal favorite?
Personal favorite. Watching it as an adult, I'm like, oh my God, how did I love this so much as a kid? He's arm wrestling, and he's like he's a terrible dad in the movie.
His son's a little weenie.
His
right?
son's a little weenie. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, the one that I feel like I also watched a lot with my siblings and my grandpa and my dad, I thought Tango and Cash, him and Kurt Russell, like a cop action comedy, that was a great movie. I like Tango and Cash.
Okay, so I'm confusing which is which, though, on your little list here.
I think his best movie is Tango and Cash.
Oh, okay. But your personal favorite is
Over the Top.
Over the Top. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We pay tribute when they're alive. Happy 80th to Sly. Let's go to your phone calls.
Yep.
877-99 on Fox. I'm assuming we saw most of these, right?
Yeah.
Probably. Let's go quick. Vermont, Travis.
Yo, Trav.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, absolutely.
Absolutely.
What
you got?
Favorite non-Big 3 Stallone movie would have to be Judge Dredd.
Ooh.
See, now I've seen it. I haven't seen it enough. So maybe like tonight after Switzerland, Colombia, maybe I throw that on. I don't have big plans today.
All right, let's go to Arizona. Keith is in the house.
Got a couple things. I got one Cobra, and then comedy, Stop or My Mama Shoot, and then his team role in Tulsa King.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's not a movie, but Tulsa King is People definitely love Tulsa King. I'm so shocked that none of us watch that, considering we love Stallone so much.
We do.
I actually do watch that show.
And I've watched some of it. Yeah, I watched the first season. My dad's a big fan. I think Stallone is also like the lead leader of like your dads love him too. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love when he's kicking ass.
All right, let's go to Minnesota. Stoney.
Hey, Stoney.
Hey, Stoney.
Good morning, boys. You took mine, the 1989 Tango and Cash. You just can't beat that one because of the camaraderie him and Kurt Russell have, as Stallone is the Beverly Hills top cop, and then you got the one on the lower side of town, Cash, played by Kurt Russell. They just made an absolute perfect dynamic duo, and you got to go with Tango and Cash. Hands
It was
down.
a great movie. I feel like Covino's not super familiar with Tango and Cash.
I like Kurt Russell. I love Stallone. I should give that one more of a watch. Yeah, I've seen it, but I'm definitely, if people are, man, and I'm seeing the feedback too on YouTube, maybe I should maybe ask another one I got to watch tonight.
Tango and Cash.
All right, our boy Russell in Las Vegas.
Russell, what's up, buddy?
I'm doing good.
What movie you got?
Oh, I got one that helped me through an NHL tryout in a different country, and that kept me motivated the whole time. I'm a big movie buff, but this one movie stood out, and I watched it probably 1 billion times. It's Rocky IV.
Well, we said without the Rocky movies. You can't name the Rocky movies, but of course.
It's got to be an outlier.
I would say that's the most entertaining of all the Rockies. Yeah, the most entertaining, right? Not the best one, but the most entertaining for sure.
I love your answer, but we said you can't say a Rocky, a Rambo, or an Expendable because those are the three big franchises. Now, Covino, there's one I'm shocked no one said yet, but we'll go to the phone calls. I don't want to take the last answer.
All right, we have time to go to San Diego. Doug is in the house.
What's up, Doug?
My guys, how are you? Listen,
What's up?
It's a slam dunk, okay? Forget about it. First Blood. First Blood is such a great movie with the Rambo thing. And Brian Dennehy is the possessed sheriff was huge. And let's not forget Richard Crenna.
Rich, remember earlier this hour when I said we listen to half of what you say?
Yeah.
Thank you. You know what? Maybe that's the problem. You know what? I'm surprised no one said Cliffhanger.
Off the air, that was Iowa Sam's pick.
Sam, I think that box office wise and like I guess pop culture buzz, I feel like Cliffhanger was like a really well promoted movie.
Also, nobody said Nighthawks.
Well, I'm telling you,
look that one up from 1981.
Not that I put a lot of stock into Rotten Potatoes, but even they gave Copland a 75%, which is pretty good. So I would say that's a very underrated Stallone movie. And we appreciate your feedback. You know what? Do we have time for one more call, Danny, or no? We're running out of time, huh?
We're running out of
I
time.
got the light in front of my face. All right, cool. So, guys, the phones are lit up. Well, we went dummy fishing. We caught a bunch of you. We caught a bunch of dummies.
The party continues on social media.
Hit us up at Covino and Rich and at Fox Sports Radio. And, of course, the live chat's popping, too, because we're streaming live on YouTube, youtube.com/@Covino and Rich FSR. But if you like what you heard during the hat trick last week or even today, please join us. Our normal time, 5 to 7 on the East, 2 to 4 on the West. And, of course, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/Covino and Rich. And just look forward to hearing from you guys later on.
And you can hear our podcast anytime. Danny posted every day after the show. So if you're new to us and you like what you hear, hey, give it a shot. Keep listening. And, Covino, tonight, World Cup, I'm going to watch a Stallone movie, I think, instead. But if people do want to watch a World Cup, who's tonight?
Switzerland, Colombia, Argentina, Egypt today.
Yeah, I think you should watch Tango and Cash.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. And then tomorrow, back at our normal time, we got Mike who runs this take. We debate Mike's take. You know Mike who runs this place? He has a take. Yeah, we do that Wednesdays.
Never heard of him.
And midweek major, Iowa Sam gives us stories. We decide, are they midweek or major stories in the world of pop culture and sports? But thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Perfect. We'll see you guys later. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Later, guys.